Hello, everyone. Hopefully, you can hear me. Can you hear me? Sweet. What's up, everyone? How's it going? Well, I think Kurt should be showing up here in a bit. Hopefully, you got the link and everything. I don't. We'll see where this conversation goes and everything. I posted that poll on Twitter for some suggestions, but I don't know if we're actually going to get to any of those or not. But we'll see. He's taking a couple more Adderall. uh, this is the first time I've done this live stream thing, so I'm trying to figure out kind of how it all works and everything. But red dot moving around in the background. I hope there's not one. I don't see anything on my screen. Yes, so current project, I'm doing something on the Cotton Club. I mentioned that in the Larry Flint video. And that's a crazy story, man. This guy was murdered in 83 and took like 6 years for it to be solved. Involves like Robert Evans, who produced Jaws and The Godfather and ran Paramount Pictures for a while. So it is a insanely weird story. So focusing on that one now, should have it hopefully done here in about a week or at least 5-6 days or so. Yeah, the Rebel is really hard to find. I still have been trying to find it. I have 4 issues myself. Let's see if I got them over here. Yeah, I have 4 issues of the Rebel myself. Here's one of them. And yeah, there's 4 that I saw them on sale on eBay one time about 3-4 years ago. It was the full set and it was like $250. And I just couldn't bring myself to spend that much money on a bunch of 40-year-old magazines, but I wish I would have, because I've never seen them all for sale since then. It's I'd love to get my hands on them, but they're just not out there. The magazine just got totally buried and you can't find it anywhere. Kerp alt history. Roland Haas. He was a CIA. Oh, interesting. No, I haven't heard of that. No, I don't have any issues of George magazine. I talked about that one in the one I did on JFK Jr. Yeah, how interconnected the stories are. That's interesting because a lot of times, like, one story just kind of leads into the next. Like, I don't really have it planned out, and then I'll just start. Like, even that Cotton Club case, Kurt just texted me and he said, "Give me 5 minutes." um, but yeah, a lot of times, like, I don't have a set schedule of the videos I want to do or anything. It's just I learn about something while I'm researching one video and something I'm totally unfamiliar with, and then I start doing that. A Cotton Club, the one that I'm working on now, like, I'd never really heard of that until I found out that 3 of Larry Flint's bodyguards were convicted of the murder and sentenced to life in prison. And it's just, and then just looking into it, it's just an unbelievable story. There's a book called The Ultimate Evil by Maury Terry. and he talks about the whole Cotton Club case a lot because there's like a whole bunch of like Satanism and this like the guy who died. His name was Roy Radin. He was a really shady dude. Yeah, the occult cult. I don't really use much Whitney Webb. I mean, again, like most of the videos I do are just, so much older stories. So I'm familiar with Whitney Webb and everything, but I like looking through just old newspapers and looking on Yandex. If you're interested in like researching your own and whatnot, definitely the first step would be using Yandex or some other search engine instead of Google. Cookie's moving right now, getting ready for the stream. Yeah, the Howard Hughes story, man. That's just the craziest story. All right, Kurt said he'll be right here. Yeah, hopefully we can get into the Star Child one. That's one of my favorite videos I did. That is just the craziest story all the way back in 2009 and just how many things they were talking about P. Diddy, like all the way back then. The whole Tiger Woods thing, they were talking about, how he kind of had a dark side. That was before all the stuff came out about him. Brittany Murphy died right around that time. Like there was all this weird stuff going on right around like late 2009 in Hollywood. And that thread, that Star Child thread, really like blew up. And it's weird because in that Star Child video, there were multiple people who commented that they thought it was Chet Hanks who was Star Child. And those comments like have gotten deleted. There was like 3 or 4 of them, and none of it they don't appear in the comment section anymore. But a lot of people think it was Boner from Growing Pains, Andrew Koenig. So yeah, Andrew Koenig. He misplaced his fake mustache. Text Kurt here real quick. How to get away with calling a character Boner. Yeah, the Chet Hanks Illuminati tattoos. No, the Time Junkie. I haven't seen that. I remember PB Crisps. Yeah, Dave McGowan's probably my favorite writer. Him and there was a lady, Mae Brussel, who I talk about in a lot of videos. She was more like she almost had like a podcast, back in the 70s and 80s. She just had a weekly broadcast she sent out to people. Big fan of hers and big fan of Dave McGowan's. I really like his he's got one series, it's called Wagging the Moondoggy, just about the fakeness of NASA. It's so good. But the Strange Scenes in the Canyon one is just legendary too. Yeah, Weird Scenes in the Canyon. Yep, that's such an awesome book. Yeah, you can find all of Mae Brussel's broadcasts on the Internet Archive, archive.org. And he's Dennis Quaid's Star Child. Art Bell, that's a good question because I have always kind of looked for his stuff, and it's really hard to find. There's not like an archive that I found, at least, of like the Art Bell stuff. There's a few assorted episodes here and there, but all the Mae Brussels stuff, every one of her broadcasts are on the Internet Archive, so you can listen to those. And I love listening to like the old broadcasts and reading the old magazines and newspapers, because there's so many stories in them that just have been totally forgotten about. And that Vicky Morgan scandal, I just did a video on that was like the biggest story, and it, like, there's just nothing out there about it. Now, Bob Gribble's NUF ORC recordings, no, I haven't heard of that. Yeah, New Orleans. The last 15 years. Actually, I was thinking about doing the Jerry Sandusky case. I've been kind of emailing with a guy who did a lot of really awesome research into the Jerry Sandusky thing. And man, that thing is like way bigger than just one dude who, coached football and was with a bunch of kids. That there are so many links to other people and some mysterious deaths. And I mean, I remember when that happened, I didn't realize just how massive that was. Oh. Kurt, what's up?
Am I in? The Honorable Judge Kurt. I heard we're judging evidence today. Court's in session. All right, what are we starting at? Is anybody on? We got the stream going? Is everybody here yet?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, a whole bunch of people are in the comments.
Yeah. What are any questions for the judge? I look like Quaker Oats Howard Stern kind of with this, don't I?
I love that wig.
Yeah, awesome. I went because Mike Malice made me laugh. I stole this all from Mike Malice with my costumes. I got a nice shiesty coming for next big podcast I do, like a really moronic looking shiesty hat. You know those things?
A shiesty hat? I don't know.
It's a balaclava, and rappers, Pooh Shiesty, I guess, was the originator.
Oh,
doesn't even look like a judge. It looks like Howard Stern. It looks like Stern.
It does.
Anyway, I got a dude. Do you ever watch rapper interviews and they'll be wearing it looks like they took a Tim Pool beanie and cut a face hole out of it, and it's just their face showing. It's the most moronic, and I love it so much. But I ordered one from No Jumper podcast, and one they wear for their stupid ciphers.
Yeah,
it's like a flower head. It's by Kill something, Kill Squad or something. And you look like, frankly, you look like a 30s racist cartoon in it. I don't know why anybody would put that on, but I can't wait to be on something serious wearing that. Oh, this is a judge wig, not a Stern wig.
So you got anything you want to? I know you texted me a couple things.
Oh yeah, you were asking. Well, okay, so first of all, what is the viewers have questions about?
Let's go through here. The Honorable Metzger is now in session.
Honorable Judge Kurt Metzger is court.
The Time Junkies video. Did you share like a Time Junkies video?
I don't remember. What is that? You have to refresh.
I don't know. He says he needs to use some of your research for his AI videos.
What?
I don't know.
I don't even know who that is. And also, I wouldn't call it my research. It's stuff that I read when I'm taking a shit. So I don't want to give the impression. This is what's so upsetting, dude. This is why I love your channel, because like I said, I don't know if you're just a really well-read guy or you have a huge hustler collection, or both. I was like, one thing is clear. This guy has read Hustler, the articles. Okay? So don't say he didn't do the research. But the Larry Flint one is, I sent it to everybody I know. Okay?
Yeah, it's such a crazy
watch things, but I go, because that movie didn't cover what you covered at all.
Oh, fuck no way, man.
And I'm getting sick of this with these movies being fake. Like Scorsese's a big offender.
Well, the Howard Hughes one's a great example.
Yo, Howard Hughes was drugged up. As soon as I heard that, I'm like, that's what happened. As soon as I heard it. And who's around him? The Mormon Mafia.
Right.
remember I texted you that Elon, I don't know if you can pull stuff up on here, but Elon
Yeah.
has a Mormon right-hand man who's around him at all times. Now, if you look at the stuff I look at, which is not hard to look at, it's easy to find. You have to like want to look at it, which people don't. Kathy O'Brien's book. I've been telling people to read that book. You want to learn the whole thing? Read her book.
Yeah.
Transformation of America. Read her book. I'm blanking on his name. Let me give a shout out to this guy because he made me aware of a lot of stuff. Hold on. Give me one sec.
Someone's asking. They say
Jamie Deluxe. Jamie Deluxe.
Okay.
DLUX. So, for example, Jamie had because Jamie read all the rock and roll biographies of rock stars.
Okay.
You know the crimes these assholes admit to in all of their biographies, and they don't even know. Oh, dude, Anthony Kiedis alone. And Anthony Kiedis, that poor bastard, his creep of a father. Anthony Kiedis famously in interviews says, like, don't write a memoir. I should have never done that. And he's dead. I mean, I'm glad he did.
Well, didn't he admit to being with like a underage girl or like?
No, his dad didn't want to be the last kid to have sex in school when he turned something like 13. Now, if you wanted to be charitable, you can make it like that weird, I don't want my son to learn on the street, and you take him to a whorehouse, like that weird cowboy thing from back in the, but I'm not giving him that. And then it's Jamie Deluxe. Look at his channel. He's got all these great rock stories because that's where you see them interconnecting with this stuff you're talking about.
Okay. Yeah.
See,
I want to like all the like Beach Boys were pals with like Charles Manson and just the weirdest.
Oh,
it's even on one of their albums.
More than that.
What's
and like it's even more than that. And people that do even better, like really good research, like Nick Bryant, we had him on Jimmy's show talking about because he had the Epstein Black Book.
Yeah,
he's the guy who pointed out that Epstein's deal is like don't get too hung up on the trafficking your kids bit. That's just a minor thing, dude. That's just minor in the empire. They're also stealing all the intel. Remember that movie with Bob Odenkirk where he was pretty good, where he's a secret agent or something. And it turns out it came out Nobody. It's called.
Okay,
pretty awesome movie. I'd say Nobody I enjoyed. I didn't think I would. Anyway, the Russian mafia is in it, and I can't remember what they call it, but all their illegal money they pass it around to each other, the different families to keep it protected. And whoever's in charge, there's a name for it. If anybody saw that movie, they call all the money.
Yeah,
they call it the something. And I think Jeffrey Epstein was doing that, except for Intel. Okay. He's the guy. So that and Trump. It's not just I don't think Trump did a thing that he's worried about is going to go on to him. That Democrat thing where they just did, where they demand to release the files and the Republicans say no. Yeah. That is. Do you not think that's for show?
Kevin Spacey demanded that they should release the Epstein files.
Guilty. Of course.
I just saw that headline. Kevin Spacey demands that they release the Epstein files.
He's a scumbag. Did you ever see his dad?
No, I didn't. No, I haven't seen his dad.
You ever see his brother?
No.
Okay, if I showed you a picture of Kevin Spacey and his brother, and I said, which is the gay one and which is the straight one, the answer might just surprise you.
I'm going to check. Oh my God, is it Randall Fowler?
For people to see. Yeah.
Is it Randall Fowler?
Yes, it is. He's a Rod Stewart impersonator.
Okay, I'm going to
look up Kevin Spacey's dad with his special mustache.
Here we go. Share screen.
I might have to take off this judge wig. It is too hot. I don't know how a judge sits in court in England with this.
So can you see that?
No, wait. Let me change my screen. Oh, I don't see nothing. Can the viewers see it?
I don't know.
I'm gonna have to be a cowboy judge. I'm sorry, it's too hot. I want it to be proper British judge, but I can't do it now.
Click
so we'll just be Honorable Judge Kurt Metzger with this.
You can't see it. Okay. I'll figure
this
out.
Does anybody know how to do it?
Yeah, they're saying click present.
I've never had to set it up, so.
Oh, here we go.
Noise.
Here we go.
Okay, so there's Randy Fowler. Yeah, Randy Fowler. There he is. That's the straight brother. Put it in Kevin Spacey. Straight brother. Put Kevin Spacey father in images.
Okay.
And search. Yeah, and search in images. Ah, there.
Whoa.
Yes, he looks like Kevin Spacey with a Hitler mustache.
Yeah. So what did
So
his dad do? Was he like he was a
he was a
neo-Nazi?
veteran of the military. And I bet
Okay.
there's a lot more to the story. Now, Randy Fowler tells it's terrible what happened to Randy Fowler from his father. And you know it happened to Kevin if it happened to Randy.
No kidding. Oh yeah, totally.
Kevin Spacey doesn't say that happened, but
Yeah,
Kevin
here's all
Spacey, like,
these articles about Kevin Spacey calling for the Epstein files to be released. It's such a joke.
yeah, you know why? He's going to get back on Netflix for this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's been dying
You've
to
seen
play
the thing how all the witnesses to his all the people associated with his trial died.
right. And don't think that these people won't kill people or drop the hat, but a lot of people live wrong that get involved in this because they're traumatized, right?
Totally.
So here's the thing that I find very strange. Virginia Giuffre, okay, who passed away recently, and they said it was suicide. Okay, how did she commit suicide? She was on a lot of pills. Okay, well, that's a drug overdose. You don't typically, I mean, it is a type of suicide, long-term drug abuse, but is that the normal way you refer to that? Okay, she OD'd on, she's saying that her drug abuse, because if her liver was making her look like that, she was in a car accident. That's not a thing that happened overnight, is it? Does anybody know? So, even if it wasn't, they went out of their way to kill her. The damage was done back then, to put her in that frame of mind. Some people never recover from this stuff.
Oh yeah.
There, now I can see. Yeah, 50 years of programming, you cannot fight back. You know what? I think you can, dude. And we just had Kathy O'Brien on Jimmy's show. And I actually, when I say read her book, I tell people Skip the Forward by Mark Phillips, because I'm like, I don't trust this guy. I read the forward, I didn't trust it. But
so Mark Phillips was her husband, right?
Later, she's the one that got her out of that.
Okay.
You got to read Bryce Taylor's book, Thanks for the Memories. That's about Bob Hope.
Yeah.
Dude, let's look at Bob Hope's comedy on something. He's one of the most universally disliked people. And was that in your video in Larry Flint's thing where the 80s people are singing a Don't Do Drugs song and Bob Hope's in the background? Was I texting with you about that? I feel like I was, but I don't remember what it was. Remember?
It wasn't in my video, I know. I kind of do remember.
Shoot, I wish I could remember who was. Okay. So this scumbag, he was a programmer, I believe, 100%. Bryce Taylor explained it. And that's why he's always in USO shows, because all that golf swing, like Carson would do a golf swing and this asshole would do it.
Yeah.
No, I can't.
He always had that the Golf Open, right?
Yeah,
like
but
his own
do hypnosis. And Bob Hope, it's so there's a great recording somewhere, if anybody finds it, of Norm Macdonald. And he starts talking about watching Bob Hope and being amazed because of how Bob Hope has the crowd in his hand, and it sounds like a really nice compliment. And he starts going, because he's like completely unfunny. So it's really amazing. And it turns into a backhanded. And it just was so funny how he did that. It stuck in my head. I'm like, oh, this is another one of these hypnosis guys. He sucks. He's there to hypnotize people.
Right.
And he's a sex addict, like a bunch of them are. Right. And you just did the Kornfeld. What's the guy's name?
Bernie Kornfeld.
Yeah. Think of like all the pickup artist stuff you ever saw.
Oh, yeah.
What are they teaching you? How to speak to a girl's subconscious to program her. It's just normal stuff. And chicks get real mad. I had an ex-girlfriend who was like outraged. I was like, if you fall for that, ain't that your fault? If I dress like a moron and for flair and I say, hey, you're kind of fat, whatever they do.
Yeah.
And then you beg me, like, is that on you? And it is, I guess, legally, but there's something to that, because people that have been victimized have been they've been altered. When you do it young to someone, that splits them.
Yeah.
So
totally.
I don't know anybody out there, if you're like a nerd who was just friends with a girl who was like kind of a slut and had tattoos, right? And she only bangs losers, and you're her friend and she doesn't see, but you know the deal, right? Well, that's because at a young age, when somebody gets molested, especially a girl,
right,
it splits them. So now, and I'm not talking about a government program. I'm just talking about normal stuff that happens to people that's outside of any intel thing, okay? Or witchcraft or anything.
Yeah, okay.
Just the abuse itself. You've met these people. I know a few people like this, and I can see that they've split into two people. One is the moronic mother that neglected them and allowed that to happen to them. And one is the child, whatever age it happened, they froze at that age. A part of them froze at that age, right? And so that's why And then if you're a nice guy, and you are, let's say you are, you're not like one of these weirdo nice guys. It's not a nice guy, but you are a nice guy, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, now you're a safe place. So if they feel safe with you, the kid comes out, right? And not the mom, the dumb mom who screws morons that have tattoos like her
Yeah.
and tells you about her losers. So, and you see the amount of anger towards them kind of chicks all the time online, right? In the manosphere, whatever
Yeah.
dumb shit. But they're victims, and the dudes, same thing. Go look up Kay Griggs talk about the Cherry Marines. Okay, the tailhook scandal was when this came to a head, just like McMartin Preschool and the other things. Kay Griggs, and she, dude, she doesn't say Satanist. This is why I like you have to look at everybody's
Oh
testimony.
yeah, I've seen this. Yeah, I didn't recognize
Because
the
she
name,
goes,
but
people, I thought the people that ran the country were like God-fearing, blah blah, but they're really like German existentialists. She
yeah,
basically said our country's run by German existentialists. Think how interesting that is. That's exactly right. These like weird German, we don't care about nothing about. They call them nihilists and Lebowski, but it's the same difference. And
yeah,
it's that international group, and that's NATO, and that's all those scumbags like Kissinger and all them.
yeah,
German existentialists. That's such a great way to put it. That's not a cult or UFOs, right? But it really sums them up really well and explains their behaviors.
yeah. Well, going back to hypnotism, I did that video on Candy Jones.
Dude, I texted you when I saw it because I've been reading the Fritz Springmeier books. Well, I have to. They're hard to get, but people post them on YouTube. They don't have very many views. You can find them if you want to find them.
Yeah.
People, and it sucks. Sometimes the AI is reading it and not a person. So you have to listen to robot voice. But I just was dying to, I'll be on a plane and I want to listen to something.
Yeah.
So I first heard of Candy Jones. Oh, and Bryce Taylor's book is where I heard of Candy Jones.
Okay.
Just before your video dropped, Bryce Taylor's book has all about Candy Jones. And I go, oh, is that some fiction like some ex-agent wrote, like in Burn After Reading? I didn't know that was a person. Nobody remembers
reading.
Her. You see that?
No.
Oh, it's pretty good. And I'll tell you another one to watch from Coen Brothers is Hail Caesar.
Okay.
All right. It's about the making of like a Jesus movie, and it's about a real guy that was a fixer for the studio. I'm forgetting his name. You should, what, dude, I really like if you watch it because you'll see some weird hints dropped in there. Now, I don't see any analysis channels bring this up. If you did and I didn't see it, then sorry, not credit you. But to me, that movie is about the Gnostic interpretation of Christ in a way. And like Scarlett Johansson's this whore from the studio that's pregnant by a German director, was played by Ralph Fiennes, and then Jonah Hill plays a notary named Joseph, and they end up marrying her to Joseph the notary because of disgrace that she's pregnant. Okay. And there's a part when the main guy played by Thanos, what's his head? The guy played Thanos, and he's got all the religious leaders. He's consulting if this is offensive or not. So it's like a Jew and a Catholic and a something. It's all funny, but I'm like, these guys are this is like Caesar's Messiah, that book, people talk about Caesar's Messiah. Do you know what that is?
No, I don't know.
That Caesar created Jesus, a fictitious character based on their myths.
Oh, wow.
Placate people and make them more docile because, Christians are peaceful, right? And so that's what I know. I think it's totally wrong, by the way. I don't say I'm Christian or anything like that, Sometimes I act Christian, but I don't mostly, so would never say I am. But I don't believe that, and I'll tell you why. I think that Christianity, the original one, because how fast it spreads in a pre-internet age, I think it was populist. I think it was populism. And there's one thing rulers fear more than anything on the earth, and that's populism. And I think it's the people that say Caesar's Messiah are reversing the order of things. I think because the Mithraists were running the military, think of the Freemasons. All the people high up are in Skull and Bones and those kind of groups. Back in Rome, that would be the mystery cult people. Okay. And so you're Constantine, and now there's a populist thing of Christians. So you've got to combine both. And they did combine both, but it's appropriation. It's not, because these people can't create. They can only be a tick on you. And I'm not saying any anti-Semitic thing. Some idiot, the Jews. Nah, dude, it's everything you like. You like the Vatican? They do it. You a Mormon? They do it. Don't put it all on the Jews. Your group did it.
Hmm.
You know, people
Yeah.
really. I want to go on Candace Owens and ask her. I'm like, Candace, because she's finding out a lot of stuff, dude. But I'm like, Candace, you're Catholic, aren't you? Do you think the Vatican's not in on it? I don't think I'm not accusing her of working for someone. I'm very impressed at how far she's come along
Oh,
in a very
she's
short time. And we had her on Jimmy Dore show.
yeah.
Now I did correct her if you go back and watch.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if she gave me credit, but I did have to correct Candace. Fan of Candace. I love what bitch she is about finding dongs, secret dongs. She should be the dong finder general, dude. She rules for that. But she tried to say the Soviets invented concentration camps. No, that's not who did that. That was Cecil Rhodes. The British invented it. It's in Tragedy and Hope. Go look at the pictures. It looks like Auschwitz, but it's biracial, black and white, because they put Boers and they put Africans in it. It looks just like Auschwitz. And it's in the movie The King's Man, the prequel. They depict this. In fact, Kingsman depicts some of this stuff, but the way it's off is that, you know, there's such a thing as British intel heroes. There is not. That's where the nonsense, the white hats you'll hear about. When you hear white hats and black hats, that's a lie, dude. There ain't no.
Oh, it's not white and black. Like, it's not just
Hulk Hogan and Iron
guys versus
Sheik.
bad
It's
guys.
fake. That's fake. Yeah. And watch these spec op guys talk about their killers that I couldn't stand a chance against. They wanted me dead, right? Because I don't know how to do those man skills they got. When they talk about it, though, they start going, oh, then the bad guys came around the corner. Then I shot 2 bad guys. They keep saying bad guys like they're 5.
Right.
You know all this stuff and you're a 5-year-old now? Is it the very special forces? Why are you talking like that? Well, that's how you program people to be killers.
Exactly. Yeah, we're the bad guys in some people's eyes. You know, Americans or USA.
Well, in my eyes, America's, you know, the great Satan.
Yeah.
The only thing they'll off about that is we're not great. That's all.
Yeah.
That's what Trump should say. Make Satan great again. That should be a hat. Because this country, sorry, who doesn't like to hear this, was founded by Luciferian human traffickers. You understand?
Yeah.
So stop trying to act like it's not that, because it is that. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you. That's what it is. Does that bother you? Don't bother me.
Yeah. Well, they were all Masons, right? It wasn't like every founding father a Freemason.
Oh, I thought Jay Dyer was trying to come on the show, but he was just texting me about something else. You know Jay Dyer?
I don't know. Oh, yeah. No, I do. Yeah. Somebody mentioned him in my yeah, I just actually read a book about him. I didn't recognize the name right away.
Jay really made a great observation, because why is Trump not releasing it? Not because it's him that did it, you moron, Democrat dipshits. He doesn't get drunk and do drugs. Okay, yeah, he banged ladies, but I don't think he was doing under it. I really don't. Some of your favorites were, most of them. If you like David Bowie, go look into him. It's real bad. It's real bad.
Yeah.
But what Trump's failing is that he's not blowing up the spot. He's saying, hey, don't kill me, Israel. I'm not going to tell on you. Not just Israel, but all the people. Our government would collapse. And Jay Dyer said this term, which is great. He goes, basically, they're too big to fail. So Trump is doing what Obama did with the banks back in 2008. Instead of putting them in a wood chipper like he should have, what did he do? He placated them, and he worked for them at the end of the day. And Trump is now doing the same thing. We cannot make deals with the lizard people. I'm not saying they're literally lizard people, okay?
Yeah.
But the people that think like it's a dangerous world and you got to do whatever it takes to get ahead and survive, that's a lizard fucking person. Get it?
Yeah.
Ambitious Whammon is a lizard. Ben Shapiro, everybody in government. When fucking Kash Patel doesn't tell you the truth because he has to protect national security, he's a lizard for that.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it. Because there's right and wrong, dude. It's not complicated. When they tell you it's complicated, that's how you know you're talking to these liars. Because it ain't. You cannot have a human trafficking network of your own citizens. I'm sorry. And not tell everyone. And credit to MAGA people. I don't mean the influencers and thought leaders, whatever the fuck that is. I'm talking about the people that voted for it, that had real problems, and that's what they voted for help. Them people aren't falling for it, no matter what the TV tells you. I know they're not. I talk to them.
Right.
So I have to thank Trump for doing this, because it really is waking up a lot of people that you better stop waiting for the white hats. There's no white hats. You have to not be a liar. You have to not cover for child rapists anymore. Can you
Right.
do that? It's not that hard. If you work for the government and you know they did it, why aren't you snitching? Why aren't you a
Right.
hero like Edward Snowden? See, if you all are snitches, they can't stop you. But if you act like a coward and a careerist, it could go on forever. It's not that many people compared to the population of the world. It really
No,
is.
not at all.
So get
Yeah.
over your dumb little prejudices about if you don't like the Muslims or the Jews or the blacks or whatever your dumb way that they control you. They control you with that stupid shit. And I got plenty of friends for many years I try to explain this to, and they can't let go of the little petty bullshit. They just can never let go of it. But that's how the lizards control you with that. Again, I'm not saying they're lizards for real, but like they are.
Yeah.
It's about
No, they don't want people to be. They want to divide people any way they can.
Somebody said gleam the cube.
What's that?
Sustained. Gleam the cube sustained. I just caught that comment. Gleam the cube.
I don't know the whole Epstein thing. So what I don't understand is like what exactly is not being released? Like what is the Epstein list? Is it the people who
same thing that came out in 2009?
That's what I thought. I was like, wasn't this already released?
The same thing that was released in Kathy O'Brien's book, which is based on her congressional testimony. That book is her testimony. It's not a Me Too from a goofy feminist.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not some bullshit on Twitter. She went before Congress and testified, and they classified that under national security. So she found some loophole to make her book and say it. Okay.
Okay.
So as soon as you hear they classified it, to me, as Judge Kurt, guilty. So now go read the testimony, and guess what? The stuff that you found in 2009, it's in her book.
Yeah.
It's in Bryce Taylor's book. And I would recommend reading J.R. Sweet's. I don't know when his book's coming out, but Mormon Monarch.
Interesting.
The Mormons are a big part of this shit.
Yeah.
Okay? And that where Jeffrey Epstein's New Mexico house is, right?
Yeah.
Up the road's a Mormon center and a Scientology vault. And why? Why is that? Well, I think I texted you with Eric Weinstein. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Put that
I actually did pull that up.
Because I want to connect this to something for people, because I couldn't believe when I saw it. Jimmy Dore texted it to me. Because Jimmy, I don't know, this stuff is hard to believe if you used to not believe in stuff that's like that. And you've been trained to go, that's a conspiracy. So, am I going to go to court if I have conspiracy to commit a crime like a RICO, basically? And we go,
is this the one right here? Or am I even sharing this?
Let me see.
No, not. Here we go.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, it's a 7-minute clip, but I would say listen to it. Hold on, I gotta put the AC on. It feels like it's not on.
I would certainly bet money that he was a product of at least one or more elements of the intelligence community.
The CIA, the FBI.
Those are ours, right? Department of Homeland Security has some of the stuff. Geospatial intelligence has some of this. It's a large network. I'm talking about people like David Grush. I'm talking about people potentially like David Fravor. I'm talking about people like Jake Barlow. I'm talking about scientists like Leo Szilard.
Did you show the Eggman?
What's that?
The picture of the Eggman?
The Eggman. This guy?
No. That guy. Go back. Okay, does he not look like in Snowpiercer, the guy that was giving out eggs coming down the corridor? Does he not look just like that guy? Like he's eating an egg, and this guy had to transport an egg and fell in love with the egg. Have I seen JFK to 9/11? Everything in a rich man's everything is a rich man trick? No, but I mean
that's a good. I've seen that one. That's a really good movie.
Well,
documentary.
Look, here, I'll just get right to the point of my cuckoo hypothesis is that interdimensional trillionaires, okay, it's an imperfect term, but these are people that were so rich. Once you get super rich and you to the point that you print the money, you invent the money.
Yeah.
Then what do you do to dominate because money doesn't matter? Well, then secrets are the currency and you collect secrets. Or if you're Jeffrey Epstein, you make a little factory that produces secrets as currency, right?
Yeah.
He created secrets on Epstein Island. That's what he did, a secret factory. And then meanwhile, he transferred huge sums of money into Ponzi schemes or what have you. Another thing that this video will tell you, Robert Maxwell and Ghislaine and him, all the scientists came down to Epstein Island, and all the famous physicists that tell you Ashton Forbes is wrong, those people are perverts that went to Epstein Island. You know that, right?
I think they list them off here, like Stephen Hawking, David Gross, Lawrence Krauss, Lisa Randall.
Now, Hawking, here's why Hawking was there. And by the way, when people said they were disappointed to see he went there, are you stupid? Do you think that Stephen Hawking, if Stephen Hawking went there and did sex stuff, then he was raped? Geniuses. The guy who can only move his mouth.
Yeah.
It takes him a half hour to type out what he wants.
Right.
They tell you all this bullshit. Rogan had a joke about it, and he's right. Like, very few people picked up on this, but like, they tell you about his stormy relationships. You're telling me a human potato is having stormy romance? Shut up. No, he's not. What is everybody talking about? Anyway, he was a very formidable mind. He had that disease, and they brought him down to the island, and they took him in a submarine to go look at those ruins that came out in National Geographic in the 70s with the pyramid underwater.
Yeah.
It's out. This is established, not a made up thing. Dark Journalist has really great stuff on it because that came out. He calls it the hot zone, and a lot of people. It's wild. Like Colonel Sanders' daughter is involved.
Really?
Yes. Dark Journalist, can't recommend him enough. And by the way, none of these people, I don't care if you like, people don't like Weinstein, but I'm dying to talk to him because he seems to get something that other people don't get, which is that there's no polymaths anymore. Okay. And Jason Jazzabroni gets this, Jason Giorgiani. People aren't polymaths, they're specialists. So my girlfriend has an art podcast, and she was telling me, and she has a degree, and what they do is they make you focus on a microcosm, okay, and know everything about this one thing. So archaeology, I focus on flint tools. That's it. Nothing else. I don't even think about if history's wrong as I've learned it. Why would I think about that? I focus on this. And then everybody that is an expert in their little microcosm, they get assembled together, and then you can see the macrocosm. Okay, I understand the principle. But who gets to assemble them together and see it? Or am I supposed to be an authority to do that? I could do it myself at home. I don't need to wait for you to disclose things to me. So everybody stop waiting for disclosure like a bitch. Go read Kathy's book. Go get it. Go take what you want. It's all in the open, and your channel has a bunch of it. Your Larry Flint thing has so many threads to pull.
Oh, God.
Okay, that I didn't even realize, because that's history that I forgot about. That's pretty recent.
Very recent. Yeah. You had the Vicky Morgan stuff. Like,
dude, 2009, you just said it. This has happened before. And Kathy O'Brien testified in Congress, and it happened before. And this has come out over and over. Why wouldn't they think they can get away with it? They always have before.
Right.
What's changed?
Right.
Well, the internet's going to fuck them. That's what's changed.
Right.
Okay.
Because the only way to get it out earlier was just printed in a newspaper. That's how people got there. I mean, that's what's the crazy thing is, like, the 80s, the 70s, the 60s. Oh, you had a newspaper, a magazine, and a nightly news broadcast.
Hustler magazine. And what's great about your documentary, you put it all about, because Larry Flint, you could see him go from fighting the system to being absorbed by the Democrats, because he was already probably a pedo, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You met his wife when she was 17, so yeah.
Well, I mean, that's legal. You know, Seinfeld dated that 17-year-old, which is totally legal in New York. And
was it? Okay.
Yeah. And by the way, okay, I don't know if you understand. People that don't know Jews, I guess, like have weird, but that's a Jap broad, a Jewish American princess. She's a rich chick. Who was she gonna fuck better than Jerry Seinfeld at 17? Should she fuck some guy who works at the guitar store?
Yeah.
It was legal, you dumb fucks. What do you think that Jap bitch is gonna do better than be with Seinfeld? Nothing.
Yeah.
Well, consider my eyebrow raised, but if you didn't break the law, that falls under not my fucking business.
Yeah.
I'm mad about stuff that is my business, okay? Such as trafficking of small prepubescent children. If you broke the law with teens, I think that you should face the consequences of that. I don't know why some people it's cool and some people it isn't. And I don't know why in New York it's okay, but in LA it's not okay. I don't really get that. I feel like we need to make a line and really stick to it, you know? But
Yeah.
again, this is a country founded by Luciferian human traffickers. So why would they do that?
Right.
Let me see. I'm permanently banned from Crown Heights after working on a music video. Whoa, do you see what that guy's comment said?
No.
He did something about the tunnels and by the way, the mattresses being stained. You don't think it's possible they're just cheap Jews and they use mattresses as insulation, as many people have done in their studio, for example, because it absorbs. You don't think they would do that? You've thrown out a mattress that wasn't stained. Who are you, you immaculate person? That your mattress didn't look like a murder happened on it. How would you put it out? I mean, I thought they were doing like a Porky's thing, like to sneak in to look at the mikvah with a ritual bath.
Yeah.
But it's something stupid. And, these are cultists that are illiterate and they feel very passionate about only one thing, religion. For them to dig into the synagogue for a power struggle, which is what that probably was, and not hire Shabbos Goy to do that for them is like a big deal. And that's because just like the FLDS cult, the young men are screwed out of the gate. The old men are hoarding the women and status. And the young men are illiterate and can't do nothing else but suck up to the old fat men. That's how the power structure works for them.
Yeah.
Same as FLDS Mormons, same as a lot of stuff. So people get distracted by the salaciousness of tunnels and how hilarious the memes are of them being Ninja Turtles coming out. But I don't like when I go off crazy on a thing, it's not that I haven't considered the normal things for, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do. I consider everything. But if you have some evidence, let me know. I couldn't read what that guy said, but it sounded interesting.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the comment here.
Wait, George Washington became president on the Witches' Sabbath, April 20th. Oh, is that right? On Walpurgis night. Interesting. The same type of Jews had hundreds of children in a dungeon in South America. Is that the Dignitad thing? Was
Colonial Dignitad.
Yeah, Colonial Dignitad was ex-Nazis. However, Henry Kissinger, who was ostensibly Jewish, set that up, right?
I didn't know Henry Kissinger did. No,
Henry Kissinger was a liaison for all this evil shit. Henry Kissinger's a loathsome motherfucker.
Oh yeah,
and realpolitik. You ever have somebody bring up realpolitik?
Yeah.
What is that? What does that mean?
And
well, that means I'm Henry Kissinger, and even though I'm a Jew, I can work with Nazis against the commies, even though I'm a Jew and the Nazis slaughtered. You know what? I don't care about none of them Jews that got murdered. They're a human sacrifice for the state of Israel. Because really, I'm a Frankist, which is like a satanic Jew that hates Jews more than dippy Catholics like Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes, a dipshit operative. You ever see him? That's still
no, I haven't actually.
You never heard of him? He went on Candace Owen recently.
Oh,
no. Like a fucking idiot.
Really?
I don't buy that kid. That kid was urging people in the Capitol on January. First of all, even if
he was in the Capitol.
Oh yeah, with the undercover. I've seen the video. There's been played, and Kino Casino, shout out to them, played the video. Kino Casino watches his shitbag stream and mocks it. So that's where you can see what he is very quickly. He's a human fart who's against his will being forced to go stand next to people and stink them up. So the idea of America first. He calls his organization filled with pedos and closet gay kids America First to stink it up. Right?
Right.
That's a thing that operatives do. He did that to a guy running for office. The guy's like, I'm not with that kid. And Nick Fuentes made sure to stand next to him so the regular media could show the pictures and say, oh, this guy. Remember he went to dinner with Kanye and Trump and Milo? And Trump had no idea who the fuck he was talking to. He doesn't know who Nick Fuentes is. He doesn't know who he maybe a little knows who Milo is, but I doubt it. He knows who Kanye is. And they were there to ask Trump to not run for office so Kanye could run. Which, like, imagine if that happened, that timeline. For that timeline. That's hilarious. But that's Nick's job. And he doesn't want to do it, but I think he has to because of January 6th. Maybe they had him even before that. But he's another Ray Epps. I don't know if Candace, I didn't watch if she brought that up to him, but I would have loved for her to bring that up to him. Why are you saying you need to go in the Capitol? And then an obvious undercover cop goes, thank you for saying that, right after you said it. And you didn't go to jail. But
that guy, Ray Epps, was like, we're storming the Capitol, and people call him out like he's a Fed.
I'm going to get gang stalked by Groypers now. By the way, does anybody think that that's not a good name? I mean, I'm saying that Nick Fuentes, this is on file. He's allowed people in that groiped his followers physically. Pedos that groip Ali something, and he blamed the victims after what was done to him. after it was done to them. Go ask
Huh.
the people who used to work with Nick, the young dudes that worked with him. And they're not all gay guys. Some of them are like, just didn't know better. Okay.
Yeah.
And if you don't know better, it's very easy to get pulled into the, anti-Semitic psyop. Remember, anti-Semitism is like a fuel, like natural gas or oil that Israel needs to survive. It needs anti-Semitism to justify its existence. That's how trauma-based mind control works. The reason I know what Israel's up to is because Jews told me. You think I would listen to an Arab? No, I'm a good person. You think I'd let a Muslim tell me something like a bad person? I wouldn't. Okay, and I tell my Muslim friends, I'm like, look, I would never listen to you, you dirty Muslim. Jews told me what was going on.
Yeah.
And two kinds. One, Jews that hate what's going on. And then IDF psychopaths on TikTok bragging about their war crimes. That's how I found out what's going on. I didn't know this whole time. Why would I even want to know? How would it help me in showbiz to know the truth about that? It would not help me.
Right.
But once I know, what am I going to pretend I don't know? Nah. How can I do that?
Right.
So I would never debate nobody about it. I want you to make me unsee what I already done seen. That's all. I want you to win if you think that Israel's the good guy. Please make me believe that again so that I can proudly be around the people that do that for their job. I can't now. And it's a bunch of Jews that ratted you out, you fucking liars. So don't blame the Muslims and don't blame the commies. It's other Jews that are sickened by what you did. And they're taking heat every day from morons like Nick Fuentes talking shit. All these evil fucks that talk this dumb shit. People that are innocent take, just like Jesus, the innocent Jew who died. Oy vey. You saw the comments. Most people don't even know what a Zionist is. But Nazis and Zionists both love to conflate Zionism with Judaism. Nazis and Zionists. Zionists are a separate thing. There were always Jews in Palestine. That's a fact. And Israelis will say that to you. And they're right. Those Jews did not want Zionists there. They did not want Russian, secular, angry from the Holocaust people coming and creating problems, which is what they did. You know? Like, be fair to people, because, and if you're a stinking, and this is where I really bugs me about Fuentes talking shit on Jews, you Catholic motherfucker. If you're Catholic, we could be friends. I'm not against you. Everybody was born into a weird thing. How dare you talk about a Jew as a Catholic? Are you fucking high?
Yeah.
You know, you guys are the old lads of doing this evil shit to kids, right? You've heard of it, right? Where do you get the balls to talk about a Jew if you're a fucking Catholic? Shut up. Mormons think Jews came to America. Okay, so Mormonism, here's another thing I found out recently from somebody over at Alex, who works with Alex Jones, and I a little detail I didn't know. The OTO, the Aleister Crowley group.
Yeah.
Your final initiation is to invent a religion. So that's what L. Ron Hubbard did.
Really?
Yeah. And guess what? If the OTO does that, that means I'll bet you anything. The Golden Dawn and every other stupid witch group, like the one Thomas Jefferson was in when he invented Unitarians, or Joseph Smith was a well-known witch. And what did he invent? Mormonism. And if you look at their story and just compare them without getting your emotions wrapped up into any of it, you can see the myth themes, as Diana Pasolka calls them. They're Lego building blocks. It's a metaphorical overlay of Atlantis. That's what the Book of Mormon is. Okay. In fact, most of the J.R.R. Tolkien, who's a Rosicrucian. Those stories are about old Atlantis because these assholes believe in it. Tolkien's son was a pedophile priest, by the way.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, let's make that clear. So all these, and I watch everybody, all these confessional kind of things, and I watch the ones. There's a lot of you can tell when it's like slanted because they'll trash one side but not their side. So the Knights of Columbus are scum. Don't just think it's the Freemasons. The Knights of Columbus are there to kill Freemasons and Protestants.
Yeah.
They're in on it. Your thing is in on it too. So it's time for you to just be honest about it and don't be loyal to any institution. If you believe in God, why don't you be loyal to God if you're going to do that? Be lore accurate. Why not?
Yeah.
I believe in God. I'm not going to tell you that I think the Bible is as real as other people think it is. And by real, I mean history. Some of it is, some of it isn't. Okay? That's what I think. But one thing I can tell you, there's a mad press to make sure you're not allowed to say Jesus or like Jesus. Okay? Why? Well, my little theory is it's some kind of legal loophole. Okay? Like how a bill collector don't want you to know your rights, or a cop doesn't want you to know your rights, because Satan is the prosecutor. That's a title. It's not a guy. Well, I mean, you know what I mean. It's a guy. but a lot of people could be Satan. It means the adversary or the prosecutor. And there's something where Jesus is your public defender that you get for free, and rich people hate you getting free shit. Okay. And so I don't care if you believe it or not. Like, whether I believe the story happened, how it's written, I don't care. If I get in trouble, I know I get a free phone call of Jesus, motherfucker. I want my rights. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't look at this shit the way people look at it. I look at it in terms of corporations and legalities, because this, if you notice, is very legalistic. So, for example, when they go, Epstein didn't kill himself, these assholes in power go out of, why don't they just like lie outright and not even try to tell half truths? And why do they try to do this through the law at all? Because the Luciferian system is highly legalistic, and they believe like if they do something illegal against natural law, was what they call it in the old religion. That's what the real thing is. The real thing's called the old religion. People that follow this stuff, they don't call it Satanism. They call it the old religion. Okay. And there's something legal where I liken it to being, like venture capitalists. You know how they bet ahead of time on like a Grand Theft Auto's coming out, how much. So if you're like, hey, I'll invest now while the game comes out, like, no, stupid. They've already made bets to know how much profit there's going to be like 5 years before the fucking thing came out.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So now imagine them doing that, but up with all the matter in the universe up until the heat death of the universe, they have calculated who gets what up to the universe burning out. That imagine being an immortal. Okay. You did some stupid, whatever you did to turn yourself into that, because that's the dream, right? Of the transhuman.
Yeah.
I'm going to be immortal.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't think they thought that through too good. So if you ever saw, have you ever seen Black Mirror, where that lesbo lives forever in a computer in the 80s world and meets another nice lesbian, and then they can go to 90s world if they want? That's hell. They put themselves in hell.
Right.
You're going to be stuck in an 80s theme park for eternity or until the machine turns off.
Right.
You maniac. Well, that must suck. And you better believe something like that's been invented, and it must suck.
Yeah.
So you watch Whitley Strieber talk about, and I suggest you watch Whitley Strieber, whether you think he's nuts or not, don't matter. Listen to his stories, because it's very interesting, the things he says. You don't have to agree with his take, just hear him out, because he wakes up at 3 a.m. every morning to commune with the visitors. That's called the witching hour in the occult, by the way.
Okay.
The one that was coming to him in his story is like an old lady that would like rape. He's being space raped, by the way. Okay, he's not probing. And he says that. He goes, I shouldn't have called it probing. You wouldn't call it a probe if Puerto Ricans did to you, right? So he asked, like, what is the universe to you, to these things? And they put an image of a coffin in his head, of the universe as a coffin to them. And on Stupid Gaia, I've seen other fruit balls say things like this, not knowing what they're saying. That's why I watch all of them. I watch the phonies and the real ones. I watch them all, because you could lie to me, but I'm going to get the data I want to get out of you, motherfucker. And I do every time.
Yeah.
So now we know that these beings they don't live like you and me. Okay. Whatever the fuck they are. Let's just stay in lore that they're real, what he's saying. And maybe it's all made up, but in lore. I just like to be in lore when I talk about it. So why is it a coffin? Well, if you travel through time like that, there's no past or future. That's not even a thing.
Yeah.
You know, there's no such thing as that. It's a thing you made up because you're on a timeline. But once you move around like that and there's no such thing, now you have to exist within boundaries of when you first were born, and I guess when you die, like the Kurt Vonnegut book, Breakfast. It's in Breakfast of Champions, I think, right? Where he's unstuck in time and moves back and forth, right? And it's the same shit over and over, because this is a finite universe, right? And so you, first of all, have to feed on others to still live, because you're not producing new energy. You're disconnected from God, which I would say is what 0 point energy is, right? God, religious people tell you God is infinite. So think of being alive forever, how depraved you would get out of boredom. Like if you were in the first Grand Theft Auto, Vice City, you could only play Grand Theft Auto Vice City forever. You're trapped in that forever. You can't play a new game. Okay. What do you think you'd get up to for fun? I mean, even killing hookers is boring. You'd probably try to find ways to hack the game, like in-game occult things to try to make it interesting to you somehow. You would do all kinds of depraved shit out of boredom, because you're trapped forever and you can't play a new game. and you don't have the tools to even make up a new game because you're not the devs. You're some
Right.
jerk off that decided to stay in the one game forever. See, if you die or whatever and you still got your silver cord connection to God, then you get to maybe do. There's no dude. I'm bored of all the movies. My girl's younger than me. She's like, "Oh, pick a movie." And I'm like, "I've seen them all, and I don't care." And I got to
Yeah.
pick one out to entertain you. I don't even want to see it again. I'm
Yeah.
only 48, dude, and I'm already bored of all the movies.
Oh yeah. I never
Imagine
watch
being
current movies.
a billion years old, how bored you are, and how much you want to fucking take out your anger on people.
Oh yeah.
And you jumped on the first tech to be immortal that came out like a moron, like the guy that bought the first flat screen TV for the most money. That's you.
Yeah.
And you're an old fucking pervert. You were some trillionaire, right? And you got a lot of work done. Oh, Whitley Strieber said this. Being around this thing that he's around, it eventually feels like being around someone that had too much plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Wow. As soon as I heard that, dude, I go, I know what the fuck this is.
Yeah.
They transhuman and they cannot detransition. I don't know
Ah,
if they did it in the future or the past, but why would that matter to them? They don't see it that way. That's just for
yeah.
you. Okay. And so that's the beings you're dealing with. It just imagine video game griefers or imagine online trolls.
Yeah.
You're being trolled online. Why? To get a reaction out of you. So an A-log or whatever can feed on you like a lizard, right? Like a fourth dimensional reptile, they say, to feed on your loosh. That's what internet trolls do. They're internet lizards, really, right? Like the David Icke thing.
Yeah.
But what if you don't respond to them and give them nothing? Then they've expended energy and gotten no return on it. It's probably very frustrating. A
Yeah.
lol cow is someone you can milk forever, right? So if they do something to you and they don't get the return in energy of your emotions, now they've lost energy. So when I say that they're very legalistic, when they go, Epstein didn't kill himself, now I suspect he might be alive. I didn't think he was, because why would they let him be alive? He wasn't in charge. Ghislaine was in charge. Her dad's Robert Maxwell.
Yeah.
So it didn't make sense. But the way they would harp on he didn't kill himself, I'm like, wait, are you saying that because it's technically true because he's fucking alive?
Yeah.
Because Diddy's going to walk and he had all that blackmail. Wouldn't
Oh, yeah.
Jeffrey have had it? I just saw pictures of Tupac that I didn't know about from before AI, because Jonathan Oddie said Tupac's still alive. Jonathan Oddie, the crazy guy that shot up the Trump hotel and told everything about Diddy. You know, put his dude, you should look at his interrogation again. I go back to it from time to time.
What's
Jonathan Oddie, ODDI.
ODDI?
Yeah, I brought it up many times, but I like to go back and rewatch it, parts of it, because some of it sounded crazy, but a lot of it keeps coming true. Videos. No, yeah. There we go. Is Jonathan Oddie interrogation, maybe?
Where's that?
I mean, type it in.
Oh.
Interrogation. There we go. Interrogation of shooter Jonathan Oddie. It's 25 minutes, but
Yeah.
I'll
What's he
tell you
talking about here?
Well, let's see what this is. Oh, you don't have it ad free. I get ad free YouTube, so I can enjoy control of history without interruption.
No, I don't have it. I need to get it.
Oh, this is great. The opening of when he was shooting and he puts on socks. Let's see. He had put on socks here and now he's.
Oh my God.
Look at that. He wasn't wearing socks when he first went in. He put him in to run away on Trump's marble hotel floors.
So anyway, what's he say? He says Tupac is still alive?
Press play. Yeah, the guy's still alive. This is 2018. This is, I remember, because it was funny at the time because it was such nonsense. But it turns out it wasn't nonsense. Much like the stuff you posted with the guy who claimed lizard people were. Kathy O'Brien says they had technology to make themselves look like reptilians. They had some kind of holographic thing with the room. George H.W. Bush, because they did psychological studies and knew people are afraid of reptiles.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got to figure that in. And she goes, I'm not saying there's not reptilians, but they had this tech to do that. But I've also heard of it from victims of SRA who have seen people Jay Parker, listen to his story, because he said his father used to lament that he didn't have enough corruption to transform the way the founder of that Arden, Delaware town did. All right, well, listen to what he says, Jonathan Oddie, because it gets. Oh wait, I don't hear shit. Where's the sound? Is there sound? Andy?
Yeah.
Oh, is there sound?
Oh, is it not playing?
Mm-mm.
Oh shit. I don't know. It's playing for me, so
Yeah, I used to go through this with Dunnigan on the show all the time, trying to figure it out. There's a way to make it.
what the hell
Let's
did I
see.
do?
Oh, that's right. He says the boule. So Steve Coakley, a black Alex Jones guy from Chicago, exposed the boule quite some time ago. Steve Coakley. You got to wade through a lot of like black power horse shit off the top, but just fast forward it and listen to what he has to say. They're a frat. They're a fraternity, just like Skull and Bones. Just like, you know. In fact, Yale, Skull and Bones. There's like Serpent something besides Skull and Bones. You know
I talked about that. Did you watch my latest video about the 10 movies?
Yes,
From the
I just
70s?
saw that. Yes, and that's why.
Brotherhood of the Bell. You ever seen that movie from the 70s?
Boy, isn't that wild, dude? The Brotherhood of the Bell. And I mean that bell. What do you mean, dude? That's got even more to it because that's the bell, the Kecksburg Acorn bell. You know?
Oh yeah. No, I don't know that.
The Nazis had that bell. Die Glocke.
Oh yeah. I mean, I vaguely familiar with it.
It was a rotating plasma tech. And by the way,
really?
Oh yeah, dude, Joseph P. Farrell, dark journalist. I'm telling you. And then Nathan Reynolds, I would look him up, the guy who made me discover dark journalist and all that. And Catherine Austin Fitz, we had on Jimmy's show. She knows a lot. It's real, dude. It's too big to fail, and it's Luciferian. It's not Satanism. Luciferian means you're above it all. Satanist is hot topic retard stuff. That's like a farm team, minor league shit. Yeah. Luciferian is a description people that follow old religion, and they're going to be gods because of their lineage. Like, it's very eugenic Nazi. They think they have a right to rule over you because of their bloodline. Have you heard of royalty that we still have in this world? Why do we have that? Anyone? Why is that a thing still? Why is anyone in America watching princess shit on the Disney Channel when we had a revolution about that? Anyone? Yeah. Well, my daughter likes it. Yeah, Disney programs your kids with retard shit. Don't worry about the trans stuff. It always sucked. Your generation, what you like, that sucked ass too. And you got programmed with it by a filthy Rosicrucian named Walt Disney, who was in on it. And they did MK Ultra at Disneyland. That's a fucking fact. They've disclosed it. No one looked.
They had tunnels. Yeah. They had the underground tunnels.
Preschool was real. Put on Michael Aquino. Show Michael Aquino.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just look at his dumb face real quick. And keep in mind, this is a colonel in good standing in the Army.
I don't know what that is.
He didn't invent PSYOPs, but I think he might have invented the term.
Oh, shit.
And he put out the Mind War document about exactly what they did to us. Vanity Fair is the reason America is interested in royal music. That's true that's what the media is used for. I didn't know it's because of Vanity Fair. That's interesting. I'm sorry, my eyes suck and I can barely read you guys' comments, but I'm seeing a bunch of interesting shit pop up.
I know. I'm like keep missing like
the royal family is related to Dracula and Hercules. Dude, that's a great point. Whoever said that. And they also claim lineage to Muhammad. Now, I don't think King Charles really is related to Muhammad. Maybe Dracula, but the reason they're doing it is because they're a gang. They're a drug cartel nation. Originally, England. It's like if the drug cartels took over the world. That's what England did. They were opium dealers, scum. The British are such fucking anyway.
Did you see this photo? It's
now there's a Aquino. I love where he's got the bowl haircut. He looks. Anybody used to watch the Kids in the Hall, where Kevin, the one guy Kevin something, and he had manservant Hecubus, and Dave Foley would be manservant Hecubus, and he had this hair, and I think they're making fun of this. If I see Scott Thompson every 10 years, I would ask him. But look at him. That guy's in the military. That's him on Geraldo.
Yeah.
And Geraldo's going, asking him, because Oprah and Geraldo, they all had these Satanist people and victims on. Yeah. And after it was all said and done, what happened? Oh, it's a panic, a satanic panic. Right? And friends of mine that are secular materialist types, okay, they will still say this stupid shit. But no, this was to muddy the waters of the actual things going on.
Right.
It's not just a troll. Like when they go, oh, they're just provoking people. You know, Anton LaVey didn't believe that there's a devil. He's just an atheist and he's doing this to troll you. Question. Why is he doing that? I don't understand to what end is he doing that? Any answers? Why is he doing that? That's weird. I remember feeling like an atheist. You know what I did? I didn't dress up and worship a goat head. I just lived my life. So no, I don't believe you that it's just a troll. It's when these pedos do that. Every pedo's got a troll and tell you they're a pedo. Like they either love some weird thing that's like over. I've seen people be a little too sensitive. Like there's an SNL sketch with The Rock where it's an evil villain competition and he invented Robo Chomo, which is a robot that molests children. And that's a funny bit, dude. I don't think that means he's a molester. That's like a funny bit about these stupid comic book villains, and then they see real evil. It adds up. It's not. But how about the rest of your entire culture that you think is fine? A child beauty pageant, or just any of this shit. Boy Scouts. You know what Boy Scouts are, right? They're a recreation of Rhodesian boy soldiers, child soldiers that Cecil Rhodes, that scumbag, used. It's all in Tragedy and Hope. And they molested boys nonstop. And meanwhile, South Park made fun of this. They were arguing about if gays should be in. Yeah, if they just like adults, put them in. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, okay. I'm figuring this out. This is the first time I've done this, so apologies, everyone. I'm missing all these awesome comments, but I think I found a way to kind of highlight some of the good ones.
What about Dusty Rhodes, Hubbleson? I just saw that. What about him? Or are you just saying? It's just
Dusty Rhodes, the wrestler?
Yeah, someone just wrote Dusty. Every time Pinocchio lies, you get to. That's
yeah,
come on.
Dusty Rhodes.
Hey, Tom Hanks played Geppetto.
So Bob Hope, did you see this one? He used to hang out in Austin. He was Jay Hormel, the creators of Scam.
Yeah, and I would view Hormel Foods as a DuPont chemical.
Yeah,
real bad. Do you know Joe Biden's son, Bo, that died and didn't die how Biden said? I think, not in my opinion, but I think Joe sacrificed him. And
I've read an article. I'll find it and I'll send it to you. I read something.
Son, Bo, was a good guy, and he prosecuted one of the biggest child molester things ever on against the DuPont and died after that.
Interesting.
Yeah. He was a crusader of
he had a younger kid. So was Bo the one? Did he?
He died, and then the younger one, Hunter, started banging his wife. Now,
but how old was Bo when he died?
I don't know. He was the older brother.
He was the older. Okay, because he had a really young kid, like 8, 9 years old, something like that died.
I'm sure Hunter took good care of her, like he took care of his wife.
Yeah.
It's sad because Bo Biden. Anything I can find about him, he was a good guy. He was trying to do the right thing. He's dead now.
Okay,
he came from a dirty. Joe Biden spent a lot of time in Arden, Delaware. That's very important because that is a creepy ass town, and the cult that runs it is called the Church of the Marquis of Hell.
Huh. Interesting.
A lot of shit in Delaware and Pennsylvania. A lot of creepy shit.
And
Shane Gillis connection. Okay, so I asked Shane about that. Someone just mentioned it. So Shane Gillis, when the accident that killed the wife of Biden, it was a truck that was delivering corn cobs to Shane Gillis's fucking hick Pennsylvania family. For some reason, had to buy a truckload of corn cobs. God knows why. I didn't get that out of them. I guess they sell them to make pie. Whatever weird Pennsylvania shit. That's the truck that hit Biden's first wife. And it wasn't the truck's fault. Her car sped into it. Now, if you recall, the guy who trashed McChrystal and Rolling Stone, that reporter, his car sped out of control. I'm waiting for you to do a story on Gary DeVore, the Hollywood screenwriter whose car suddenly went out of control.
I just read a book called The Writer with No Hands, or I read it a couple of months ago.
Well, go read Kathy O'Brien's book. And I forgot to ask Kathy this like a jerk off, but I'm going to ask her. I think she says why he had no hands, because her first handler, who was a serial killer, loved cutting off people's hands.
Really?
And why was Gary DeVore killed? Because he was telling about Panama.
Yeah.
She has whole chapters about Michael Aquino and her in Panama. And Noriega got greedy or something because we just invaded Panama to remove a drug dealer. By the way, Noriega probably worked for Mossad.
Yeah.
Also, yeah. Okay. So this stuff is above the heads of whatever party or like religion that you think is the real religion. Your religion, like I don't know, I was trashing Catholics, but I know a bunch of people that are good people that are Catholics and they're not evil in any way. Okay. And I believe them. That they feed off of you. You're the cattle for the churches. And these covens that invent the religions, as I said before, that's your class project at Harry Potter school, at gay ass Harry Potter schools, to invent a religion. Tommy Jefferson did it. The Mormons did it. I'm from Jehovah's Witnesses, probably invented by Russell, who was a Freemason.
Yeah.
But now they don't get involved in politics or go to the military. When I agree with that. I've never voted. I've never saluted the flag. And I want to really stress how proud I am that I never once took a fucking blood oath to the land of the plumed serpent. I can't be prouder of that. Okay? Because you're not supposed to take blood oaths, by the way,
Right.
everybody. If you were a Christian, like you said you are, I don't even say I'm a Christian, but I'd never do that shit. And I wouldn't join the military. And I wouldn't go kill people. You think God's cool at you blowing up Christians because your government told you? He's not. I mean, what? It frustrates me if people don't even follow their own lore that they told to me, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, XJW2, Stephanie? When'd you get out? Oh,
Here's a question for you. Why do you think Rogan hasn't had Whitney Webb on yet? Any idea?
No idea, but I really have no idea. I think he's quoted her a bunch of times. And also, Whitney does good work and shit, but whatever. I'm not gonna fucking say all the shit. I don't want to take away from work that I think is good work with, like, there's something now I'm not gonna, all these people that do work that I like, a lot of them hate each other and they have little personal crazy things. Oh, dude, Grand Theft World, that's my rabbi from Grand Theft World, Richard Grove. He's not a real rabbi, but I call him my rabbi because he's the one that sent me Tragedy and Hope by Carol Quigley. But Grand Theft World, they actually made a map of the whole conspiracy. They made a map of who was connected to who.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
So here's
Grand Theft World really opened my eyes. Let's see. Yes, it was a described by Matthew Rohan Marley.
I think this guy had posted something about, like a stairwell. I was just kind of favoring.
Wait. What is that? I went to the stairwell and he bragged. So he must have been some kind of Orthodox or Hasidic. Was he Hasidic? Because Hasidics won't shake your hand. I used to play chess in Chess Row, Manhattan. The people play chess.
Yeah.
Oh, it was an artist. Okay. Oh yeah, Rohan Marley. And I know a guy who is the security for, maybe it wasn't Rohan, it was the other Marley. But why were you in Rikers? I don't understand what that, I guess it's a lot of detail. They tried to put me in Rikers, but I got lucky with a lawyer, stop and frisk. Yeah, stop and frisk. This is a thing that I was against even when I didn't know nothing. And people defended that shit. And I'm like, are you stupid, dude? If somebody stops me, I get real mad about it.
Oh, yeah.
What idiot wrote all the names down on a list? So it's good you brought that up. The list, there's not a fucking client list. He had one client, which is Israel. The people he's blackmailing are not called clients. They're called targets.
Yeah.
Okay. So you see the legalisms that they frame it. They put a vice on your head out of the gate to get people to go, where's the client list?
Right.
That's bullshit.
Right.
So then they can say, and they're not lying.
Right.
And another reason they have to do this is because there's body language experts reading their body language.
Yeah.
So you need
like Cash Patel and them, they're not coming out and saying, oh, he wasn't up to anything bad.
Oh, I know who coached them. I'll never say it, but I know who coached them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but not for that. I'm sorry. I want to make, not for that. But all of the people you see on TV from the government are, Hunter Biden got an interview where he got coached with his body language. Remember?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
People analyzed it and like a finger went up and there was something. But part of it is if you can avoid lying, that's the most ideal thing. So what you do is tell half truths.
Yeah, like this
there you go.
Basically says that.
Well, there is a little black book because Brian, what's his name, has it. Epstein's little black book. But what I want to know is where's the video of all? Look, I don't need to see the video, and I don't want to see the video.
Right.
What I want is for you to tell me who was going to the island and what they did, and then I want you to put them in a wood chipper, like you motherfucker.
Yeah.
And no, I'm not going to just get past it. When you're leaving reptilian pedivores in power, don't make nice with them. What are you doing? So the whole thing's fake. Trump is not in charge. What did we learn, kids? The president's not in charge. He does. There's 8 levels of clearance above the president. Does everybody understand that?
Yeah.
What do you think that means? It means your vote doesn't count. Yeah, Sammy Davis was a member of that church, and then he stopped going to it. Now, I thought he was Jewish for some reason, didn't you? I thought he converted to Judaism.
I thought he was, yeah.
So I don't know. No, he was a real hardcore Satanist for a while because he liked the orgies. But Frank Sinatra was an MK controller. The chairman, why? Because he's the chairman of all of showbiz. So when Elvis shook his hips like a black guy and got drafted immediately, I thought he went to war. No, he didn't. There was no war. They used to just draft people all the time.
Really?
Yeah. Go watch a Netflix thing about Elvis. Conan O'Brien explains it without knowing what the fuck he's saying. So Elvis shakes his hips. Oh, that's too black, right?
Yeah.
So then they draft him. Where they put him? West Germany. That's where he meets a general or colonel's daughter named Priscilla, who was underage.
Yeah.
Who was underage. Comes back with no sideburns, and Frank Sinatra has a Welcome Back Elvis show and welcomes him into official showbiz. And Conan goes, that's when he became like a plastic fake thing.
Okay.
Because, so Conan's picking up on the real story when he's saying that, right? He goes, because Frank was like the chairman of showbiz. But Conan's not saying it like how I'm saying it. Yeah, he was, motherfucker. He's MK. He's a handler. He's passing Marilyn Monroe, a presidential sex slave, around. Okay? So now Elvis, what does he do when he comes back? He does shitty movies in Hawaii. You know what? They did set so many traps for Trump. And maybe Trump, hey, maybe the time travel stories are true, dude. You know? Maybe they're true. And he dodged his head at the last minute, and that looked like a time travel thing to me. I'm not going to lie. But I don't give a fucking shit. Tell the truth all the time, fuckface. Don't play a Mission Impossible game. If you don't want to tell me the truth, I'm going to say, fuck you. And if it turns out Trump was a secret agent helping us, I'll go, oh, man, you got me good. But I'm not going to stop saying fuck you till I hear the fucking truth. And I'm not going to assume he's doing good. I'm going to call out that he's doing bad. Because if he is doing a time travel thing and he has to do it this way, well, I'm part of the time stream too, and I got to do it this way, don't I?
Yeah.
I ain't going to be if you work at Intel and you didn't rat these fucks out, fuck you for your service, fuck. That's my message to you. If you're not a snitch, if you're not Edward Snowden, you're a punk bitch. And fuck you for your service to Satan, you worthless fuck. Please send this to anyone you know that works in the business. Fuck you. Tell the truth, fuckface. Fuck your fucking evil service, you fuck. Please send that to people you know in Intel. Please.
Yeah, awesome. Let's see. What else do we got?
Kurt is annoying to listen to. Good. Is it as annoying as Trump saying there's nothing to see with Epstein? Is it on that level of annoying?
Do you think there's something like more like a nuclear blackmail type thing? Like they're just saying, well, if you release the list, we'll just launch a shit ton of missiles at you.
No, nukes are not a factor, brother. You can't use them. You cannot. Okay, let me tell you another thing. I'm sorry if this annoys the guy who was annoyed. I'm annoyed. What are you, 7, pussy? Oh, were you annoyed? Read Kathy's book and tell me how you feel when you read it, because I felt real annoyed too. I felt real annoyed. Go read her book and see why I'm like this, fuckface. The weapons they have now are biblical, dude. They have an earthquake gun. They have weather weapons. They use those in Texas. It ain't that kid with the mullet. It's not cloud seeding. The patents, you can go read them. Now, nukes, what's the problem with nukes? You can't use them. Everyone's going to know you did it, and it's a fucking crime, right? So what do? You make better weapons, which they already did. Lyndon Johnson gave that speech about he who controls the weather controls the world. Did you ever see that?
Yeah.
Okay. They have a treaty in 1975 not to use those weapons. So they existed then.
Wow.
We used them on Vietnam. They don't make a treaty for a thing that doesn't exist, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's kind of like how we won the Vietnam War because...
Hey, by the way, Judge Curtis is holding that guy in contempt for saying my voice is annoying. If he says another thing, tape his mouth shut, bailiff. Go ahead, open your mouth again in Judge Curb's court. Okay. So the weapons they have now are scalar weapons. You might have heard Stephen Greer, the Mossad agent, talk about him. He's not lying. Now, if I have a weapon that causes an earthquake or causes a flood, I can never tell anyone that I have that because then I won't be able to use it on people.
Right.
Who would I use it on? Well, they used it on Haiti. They used it on Syria. They used it on Iran. All these countries said that, and everyone said, shut up, conspiracy theorist. Right?
Right.
Okay. So That would be the hostage. New Zealand, now I just put this together because Eric Hecker, my friend that was at Antarctica at Ice Cube, and it's basically a big harp. It's basically a big harp station that can do extra low frequency. I don't know, all the science is boring to me. Bottom line is they can make earthquakes where they want. So dark journalists didn't know this, and Eric didn't know this. Dark journalists and Joseph P. Farrell were talking about how Kerry didn't go to the climate summit that one year and just went to Antarctica for some reason. And told people to see to check how the ice was doing or some shit.
That was John Kerry?
Yeah.
John Kerry went to Antarctica right after Trump got elected, too.
Yeah.
Like,
was there an earthquake by any chance? Because guess what? 4 days before the Christchurch earthquakes, John Kerry got all the American diplomats the fuck out of New Zealand.
Really?
So my buddy Eric Hecker, who thought it was friendly fire, that sweet Pollyanna. No, it was on purpose. I don't know who grew a pair of balls in New Zealand and said, we're not going to do this one thing you don't want us to do. But we killed a bunch of them with an earthquake gun because of that shit. And John Kerry went to go oversee it. That's what I think. Is that annoying, dude? Is my voice annoying you, you fucking pussy? Fuck you. How dare you question a judge?
All right,
you don't know what you do with Haiti? Here's what you do. Stop trafficking them and stop testing horrible biblical weapons on them. Everything in Haiti is America's fault. It used to be France's fault. The only successful slave revolt in all of human history that we have written down is Haiti. And they had to pay reparations to France for overthrowing slavery. Did you know that?
No.
Until 1985, facilitated by Chase Bank, who won't do business with Kanye because he's a bad dude, no words. Yeah. So next time you talk bad on Haiti, your despicable satanic country did that to them. And they're never going to stop. The Clintons did it and the Bushes did it. And they're all fucking in on it. And Trump goes, it's a shithole. Well, we did that to them. Do you feel proud? Let's go watch football.
Yeah.
The Munich Massacre
at the 72 Olympics.
I have no idea, man. I've never looked into it beyond the fine Spielberg film. But
I'm sure that told the full story.
Yo, here's some thoughts on Spielberg that you should, and I got this. Hold on. Jamie Deluxe. Jamie Deluxe has some very interesting things that poke up from time to time. When Spielberg made Saving Private Ryan, he had a male stalker, some young, pool boy type from LA, who wanted to tie him up with duct tape and rape him in front of his family.
Wow.
He was obsessed with doing that to Steven Spielberg and stalked him to Europe while he was filming Saving Private Ryan. And then they caught the guy, and Spielberg had to testify about how he lived in fear that this guy was going to rape him. Now, why on earth would anybody want to do that to Steven Spielberg? Doesn't it sound like revenge? Doesn't it sound like a revenge thing? It sounds like that to me. Another woman was stalking Steven Spielberg around the same time. She claimed that he was controlling her, and also Jennifer Love Hewitt, don't know what to make of that, but that they were using a chip in her head, ready for this, called Soul Catcher. You know what Soul Catcher is?
Soul Catcher, wow.
When you had the Leonard Kyle video, right?
Yeah.
So in 95, British Telecom, it's on CNET. I'll find it for you. CNET. This brain chip, Elon's the face of it. He don't invent shit.
Oh, yeah. It's been around forever. Going back to Spielberg, have you ever seen this one?
Oh, yeah. I have a whole joke about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they told him he could be Peter Pan in the movie Hook. But they're like, look, Michael, we think we're going to go with a Peter Pan without a horrifying skull face and fucking weird burn stringy hair. Because, it's a kid's movie. So we're going to get a hairy man named Robin Williams instead of you.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude. And then he took it a little bit hard.
But yeah, the Leonard Kyle, I mean, it's just crazy that, like, the Jose Delgado, you've seen, like, the video where he just stops the bull, charging at him, presses a button on his little remote control.
Here, buddy, I'm sending you this from CNET right now. If you can put it up. I'm texting it. I'm sorry, but.
That's all right.
So Soul Catcher is not a good name for a brain chip. I wish I knew more about the Munich Massacre, but I don't. But look, Israel's fucked out of the gate. It's what's called a golem. You know what a golem is? GOLEM?
No.
Artificial life. It's fueled by hate and anger and revenge by people that are not really Jews.
Okay.
Jews are not, there's no such thing as the Jews. There's different tribes and sects that all don't agree. That's what there is, much like a lot of things. But the Frankists, the Sabbatean Frankists, and Candace has figured that out now. Good on her. The Sabbatean Frankists are like anti-Jews, just like the Satanists are anti-Christians. And they've set up Jews getting killed a lot and they coordinated with, there's in fact in 1492 when Sabbatai Zevi comes out, a crazy priest and these evil fucking Satan Jews conspired to get a lot of Jews killed until the Pope put a stop to it. So the Catholic Church wasn't always bad in every instance. I want to make that clear. Here we go. Look at this.
Soul Catcher 2025.
Look,
wow,
I'm
that's from 1996.
I yelled at that guy a lot.
So this article is from 1996.
You know what? I'm reversing my judgment on that guy. My voice is annoying, and you're fair to say it. I'm going to do something about it with voice changer. Don't you worry. All right, decision reversed. Free to go, sir. Okay, yeah, there you go. British Telecom. So now I want you to understand this. If you're reading about a brain chip ever, like now Elon's like, oh, a blind man and a guy in a wheelchair. Do you think that that's the first use of that tech when you hear, or AI? Is AI, do you think that you're going to play around with AI and the military hasn't already done what they're going to do with it before you get to touch it? Do you really think that? There's nothing you get to touch of miracle technology until the Pentagon and the scumbags that run it are sure they know every weaponization of it possible. So that's why you're not going to get a med bed like you heard about from the fruity UFO people. What is this?
This is Jose Delgado's book.
Oh my goodness! I have to get
Physical Control of the Mind.
Yeah, well,
and this is a messed up book. He talks like, because back it came out in 1970, so like one of the big things that was going on was all like the race riots and like the civil.
Oh, like BLM.
Yeah,
How's
yeah.
BLM turn out? Anybody remember that one? All the money went to one fat bitch in Hamas. Is my voice annoying saying that? Sorry.
But he talks about like eliminating like
it takes a big man to admit when they're wrong. That's funny as hell. Okay, wait. They don't need chips now. Oh, put that comment. They don't need chips now. That's a good point that guy's making. It just went by. Oh, Yakub. By the way, I went to school for Yakubian technology. I want to make that clear. They don't need chips now. They use nanobio infocognitech plus yeah, okay. So I say this all the time, but I didn't know any of these terms until you commented them. Don't worry about the brain chips, buddy. The people that can't walk, like they can control you without that now. The brain chips were tested in the 90s.
Yeah.
And those people went and tried to get revenge on Spielberg. And now they've been put away. Spielberg is a dirty motherfucker, I think. I think he's one of and I think Corey Feldman, who was going to blow the whistle on people, I think that's the name he didn't want to say.
Yeah.
Because Michael Jackson, don't think Michael Jackson's innocent, though, okay? Yeah. You got to understand something. A lot of the perpetrators are victims themselves.
Oh, totally.
See, a lot of people that are white don't watch black people shit. Well, if you did, you would know that there's some very strange rumors about what Joe Jackson did to Michael.
Oh.
And one thing in particular that sticks out is a ceremony where they poured some shit into Michael's ear as a kid. And Jay Parker from Arden, Delaware, he had the same thing happen. He talks about the same thing.
Whoa.
And he said he could see entities in the liquid. Now, there's a little kid. Kids don't have the brainwave to discern reality before the age of 6 or 5 sometimes. And so that's why it's so important to do this shit to kids, because they don't have like a limiter on their imagination and shit yet until you go to the Prussian kindergarten school to get society drummed into your head.
Yeah.
And they want to harness that at all times. They want to link us all together like a peer-to-peer server and use us to create like the Call of Duty world that they want to make. Does that make sense? Like you're an observer and you're a projector. So what occultists do, that's why it's not so important the individual words of the rituals. The rituals are important because they control your mind. They'll tell you this, universe is mind. That's what Hermeticists say. So if the whole universe is mind and I control your mind, I'm your God now. See that? That's the principle they're using.
Somebody recommended this book. It sounds pretty interesting.
Blueprint for Immortality. Now, all this stuff, I'm a writer, dude. I sold a show. It's coming out. It's called Cutout. We're writing it right now.
Nice.
It's a comedy. Yeah, so I just slip in little things. But the reason I know about this stuff, and it's not like I'm as Douglas Murray, I haven't been to the archives. I just read and I watch your videos, and I have very eclectic taste of what videos I want to see. And people go, "Oh, your algorithm must be fucked." No, my algorithm's very interesting because I like interesting stuff.
Right.
I look at everything. Don't blame the algorithm because you're stupid and don't want to look at stuff. That's your fault. You could find none of this shit is hidden or top secret. Okay, and Control Alt History, dude, your channel really made me understand that because I go, holy shit, you could see this happen before. This happens every 10 years.
Yeah.
Now, by the time you're my age, I'm 48, and you realize how bad the scam is, who gives a shit? You're some old asshole, and your voice is annoying. So who gives a fuck what you know? There's a new generation of suckers that are going to go, I don't know, Kurt. I still have hopes and dreams, and I still think they well, now young people are putting it together quicker, so that's some progress. But you don't have to believe.
Like you said, the internet changed that. Like it really did.
It fucked up.
Yeah,
it fucked up the pyramid because you have to understand these assholes at the top. They're not just lying down the pyramid at you. People that are ambitious pieces of shit that want to climb the pyramid, they're lying to those assholes at the top. So guess what? The people at top aren't getting reliable intel. That's what the AI is for, is to go through the metadata of them watching you jerk off every day of your life. By the way, do you look down on OnlyFans girls? Anybody here? Well, I got news for you. You have not jerked off camera in 20 years. You just don't get paid. Yeah, you judge OnlyFans? You do it for free, you dumb shit. And you vote and believe in America. You stupid. I don't know who I'm talking to. Sorry. I have no idea who I'm talking to. I apologize.
Hey, do you ever look at this site? Do you ever look at a site called Crazy Days and Nights?
Yes, a lot of info on there, and
do you think a lot of that is legit?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it just made me think of it when you mentioned Spielberg.
Read O'Brien's book, dude. As soon as you read a book, if I had started with her book, and her book is very upsetting, and you're gonna feel bad when you listen to it. You're gonna feel real bad. Well, maybe you won't. I felt just horrific after I looked at it. I already believed it was true and hadn't read it yet because I looked at other people's things. Okay, but I avoided it. Then when I read it, I went, oh, I should have started with this book. It would have put everything together a lot faster. Clockwork Shining, Kubrick's. I haven't seen it, but don't think it was just Eyes Wide Shut that they popped him for. It was also Dr. Strangelove. It was also his other movie. It was also 2001. Arthur C. Clarke, another vicious pedo who got banished to where'd he end up?
Sri Lanka.
Right, where you can do things with boys as a British gentleman. I didn't know 2001 was not a novel first. Correlative Learning is the guy's channel. He was talking about it. So Kubrick knew the guy was a filthy pedo and needles him in the call. And the guy goes, oh, how's your exile doing? Which is a real sophisticated way of alluding to. Imagine being such a disgusting pederast that Great Britain tells you to leave.
Yeah.
Imagine how bad that's like being too drunk to meet with the president of Ireland that Yeltsin did. That's a P. Joe Rook book. He goes, imagine being too drunk to meet the president of Ireland. Imagine being too much of a pedo to stay. What do you think King Charles is? British people are mad about grooming gangs, Arab grooming gangs. Why would they not allow that, British people? Your fuckbag king does that. Remember Jimmy Savile?
Oh, yeah.
Your king says he's descendant of Muhammad. Why are you not dragging him out of Buckingham Palace and putting him in a wood chipper if you're so mad? Because you're punks. Because you're punks and you're trained to never look up. You're trained to blame the other people right next to you instead. And so I want anybody that's loyal to Trump. What, are you that much of a bitch? I'm with her. That's what they said for Hillary. And now that's you, bitch. Trump's supposed to be with you. He's supposed to be loyal to you. You're not supposed to be loyal to him. He's your fucking employee. He's your vengeance, he said. He said, I'm your vengeance. Where's my fucking vengeance, Trump? Were you just talking to Bilbo, not a Jew?
Let's see. Pizza Piezo. You see this comment? They're getting high
whoa,
up
whoa,
our
whoa, whoa,
harvested.
whoa, whoa! That's fucking interesting as shit. Where'd you get that from? That's very interesting.
Just this. It was just a comment.
So piezoelectric is them crystals you can hit and they light up. It's called piezoelectric. Do you know? Are you familiar with that, Andy?
No.
So I didn't know that I have that data. They create blockchain via internet bodies. Yo, I want to know more about that, Mr. X. That sounds very, very, very interesting, and I haven't heard of it yet. I just want to know stuff I ain't heard yet. You know, you could lie, by the way. Feel free to lie to me. I'll find out what you. I'm gonna find out what I want to find out. See, smart intel people don't give you data. They know to keep their mouth shut and say as little as possible. It's in the movie Spy Game with Robert Redford and Brad Pitt. And Brad Pitt lies to somebody, goes, now you've created a thing that has to be true. So try to avoid lying, because we're going to have to do a whole production to make your lie true if you do that. See? So they've given away too much stuff has come out and people are putting it together. I'm not that smart, dude. I'm not. Like, all I'm doing is I have no credibility. I have no respectability. I'm a birthday clown for a living. Do you understand? I like it. I don't want to be respectable.
Yeah.
I don't want to be thought of as a journalist. I don't give a shit what you fucking think of me. I want to know the thing. So all you got to do is just do that and you can find it out, you know? And I didn't realize it. And a lot of crazies have told me things over the years. Some of them I personally apologized to because they were right. Some of them I didn't because they came at me the wrong fucking way. Whatever. That's my hang-ups. But you can find this shit and put it together. But everybody's got to not be in their silos of like, I don't mean people, your fans or whatever. I mean, people, you never did. I never seen you be like this, but I know, I just did Jesse Michaels, his podcast, UFO podcast.
American no, I mean, I've heard of him, but.
So I like that dude, but I did want to see what his deal is. I want to see because he knows Peter Thiel. He knows fucking Peter Thiel. And so I'm going to investigate that shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if I can say, I'll tell you a thing I heard, and I don't know how do I say this without potentially causing a problem. I think Peter Thiel's boyfriend, the Instagram model, and the times line up, I think he was murdered. And I think it was the Pizzagate people involved with it. And I have very good reason for thinking that. But I don't want to say, and I'll tell you off here, but the person who told me, I'm like, it's real fucking weird and serious.
Really?
And I told Jesse, I'm like, and he got real, like, he's like, oh shit, like that checks out. But anyway, I'll just put it, it's my opinion. Let's say this, but I think David Brock was involved, the guy from Media Matters. I think, I can't say for sure that he was, but I think he was. And this other fuck with James Olifantis, whose name means I love the little babies. Nothing suspicious about that. But I got my reasons, dude. And let me tell you something. Being a real low-level entertainer, you'd be surprised what you find out. People tell you all kind of shit. The Boys on the Tracks. Oh, yeah, that's another one. That's a drug thing.
Yeah, drug
that's
thing.
The Mena Arkansas cartel thing. Yeah, those kids had to be killed. In fact, remember Breaking Bad, where they're by the train tracks and they have to kill a kid? Remember that? The Nazi
I don't actually. No, I did see the show, though.
The kid from Friday Night Lights who's like kind of ugly and he's in a bunch of shows.
Oh,
he was a polite Nazi. What was his name? Does anybody
Jesse,
remember?
No, Jesse was
his name was Jesse, the actor, but he was such a good, polite boy.
Yeah.
He goes, okay, well, I killed him because we had to. I think that's a direct reference to that. Does anybody think I'm wrong about that? Because I will judge you. Oh, why does Tom Cruise, Crazy Days and Nights, has a whole thing. Why does Tom Cruise get a fish every so often from a store? He needs a large fish. Don't wrap it too tight. I'm going to use it in the bathroom. You know this story? One of the longest running rumors about Tom Cruise. It's referenced in The Simpsons. Troy McClure. Remember the Bob goes, Troy McClure sleeps with the fishes. And it's a big joke. And he tells Selma he always lives by an aquarium.
Yeah.
I didn't know at the time when that came out. That's a long time ago, dude. Like, what is that, 30 years ago? It's a long time. So that was a reference to Tom Cruise rumors. I just found that out from Crazy Days and Nights not that long ago. Now, Crazy Days and Nights, if you look this up and listen to what he says, people imagine he's doing something sexual with the fish. But guess what? No one can find the fish when he takes it in the bathroom. Nobody knows where. And somebody goes, I found it mushed up in the trash and it had white stuff coming out of its mouth. I don't believe that. I don't think he is doing something sexual. It doesn't make sense. If he needs to fuck fish, why would he himself go and get the fish?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? No, it doesn't.
No, it does.
Yeah, so that's a cheap way to think about it. But I'll tell you what I think it is. Now, this is just what I hypothesize.
Yeah.
But knowing that he's a programmed, the Mapather family, the Mapathers are a rich family. He's probably viciously mentally controlled. I believe Mormons were programming him at Scientology base, by the way, because Mormons are always part of this. I think it's just like the movie with Mel Gibson where he has to buy The Catcher in the Rye whenever he's near a bookstore. He has to buy The Catcher in the Rye every time. Remember that? Because it's a hypnotic cue. And I think they're testing to make sure the program is still holding. So if they flip, he gets the call and they flip his hypnotic cue and he's got to go buy a fish. What I think. Okay, but if anybody has a better theory or knows, by all means, please send it to care of Andy Hunt and the judge.
Hey, speaking of the Simpsons, what do you think of like how they're
not predicting shit. They're Harvard. They went to Harvard. Do you understand?
Okay.
Conan's a Harvard Lampoon writer. The glass ceiling for being a writer, I'm a writer for a long time.
Yeah.
Was I'm not a Harvard guy. It's very unusual the things I got to write for because I'm not a Harvard guy. Okay. Or an Oxford guy.
Yeah.
Like Sacha Baron Cohen, when I worked for him, those are all Oxford dudes. They're all smart ass, like Monty Python types.
Okay.
So I'm a little bit more Jersey Shore trash of a guy, Yeah. But anyway, they grew up with the people that pull the levers of power. So they just know how it works. See, a prophet, people think is a fortune teller, right? But that's not what a prophet is. It's literally just people that are looking at current now reality and telling it to you. And most people don't understand current events until 20 years after current events, such as myself. 9/11. My friend Jason Burmis made a movie called Loose Change. I've still never seen it. Okay. I didn't even know there was a third building called Building 7. I thought that was one of the buildings. I didn't. Mark Norman, the comic, I asked him when I saw him last. He didn't know there was a third building. We were in New York when it happened. Okay. And when people said shit about it, I go, shut the fuck up. Like I'm an Israeli Jew and you're trying to tell me October 7th was an inside job, which it was. But I'm emotional and traumatized. I'm not going to listen to you and I'm not going to look at your evidence, right? That was me on 9/11. And when we went to Iraq and people go, this literally makes no sense, I said, shut the fuck up. We got to go kill some people with hats that aren't the right kind of hat. That's what I said. So I'm not that smart. 20 years it took me to understand what the fuck happened. Okay. So I know you don't have to be smart to figure this out because I ain't that smart. You just have to be honest to a fault, which what a stupid thing to call somebody honest to a fault. You mean they're ruining the fake system, right?
Yeah.
That's what you mean when you say that. You don't have to kill nobody. You don't got to do nothing violent. Just stop lying and stop trying to be part of a group and just tell the truth no matter what it costs you. And the whole thing collapses tomorrow. All you got to do. I'm not telling you to find Jesus. I'm not telling you nothing. I'm just saying, stop lying. Can you just baby steps? Try not lying. Try not going along to get along. Just try it. Don't wear a mask when they tell you next time. I did. I got 2 jabs like a fucking idiot. Yeah. I got 2 Pfizers like a moron. I'm probably dead by 2027 of turbo cancer. Probably. Just like Susan from YouTube. Just like fucking Dilbert. You seen Dilbert lately? He has
Scott Adams.
Turbo. Yeah, he's dying of cancer. Oh, hold on. Is it? I didn't even realize that. But Peter Thiel, from what I understand, and it's really creepy how I found this out because it's very casually told to me. I can't say it's true 100%, but I'm just going to tell you. Supposedly he's some kind of Templar. Yeah. This raging gay guy who's in control of a bunch of shit and who made J.D. Vance fat in a lab. People say he made him in a lab, but I say he made him fat in a lab. Peter Thiel, watch him. He gives lectures on the Book of Revelation, Peter Thiel.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird. My friend Duncan Trussell, years ago, went with his Christian buddy to watch Peter Thiel lecture on the Revelation. Now, he said within 2 minutes, it's very obvious that Peter Thiel doesn't know anything about the Book of Revelation. Okay, and it's very obvious to me because the clip of Peter Thiel talking about the Antichrist, people who say the Antichrist, just so you know, as a guy that had to read the Bible, not because I wanted to, but I've read it 20 times, okay? There is no such thing as the Antichrist. The scripture says, no, there will be antichrists among you. An antichrist is a thing they give you in place of Christ, like Buddhism. Okay? I'm not telling you what Buddhism is bad. I'm telling you what it says.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's a mine. I don't know how much the Bible has been screwed with by the power elite, but it's been quite a bit.
Yeah.
I know they can't change everything because they believe in the same law that a Christian believes in. I find that very suspicious. But they do lawyer tricks on you.
Yeah.
So that's why I say with Jesus stuff for me is I focus on the legalities of it. I'm a dirty criminal, right? In terms of being a Christian, I'm not I would be guilty. Well, everybody is. That's the point of it. But I know my rights, and I know I get my rights no matter what. And I know you don't get to tell me I can't get my call to Jesus. And you can kill me, motherfucker. I'm going to tell God on you immediately. I can't wait to snitch to God. The second you kill me, I can't wait before Jesus brings the Blu-ray of my life to watch with me. People die, and you got to watch your whole life with Jesus. Hey, I got you. I got the Blu-ray of your life right here. I'm like, Jesus. First of all, buddy, cool. I just saw that. I literally just saw that. It was like it was a little long, if you ask me. But before we get into that and watch me jerk off for 48 years, can I just tell you about what these pieces of shit did to me and snitch on all of them? That's how it's going to go down. Gigantic vault under 7.
Well, there was a gold vault. Apparently, there was more
That was
gold.
the gold, yes.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't want to be conclusive but that's what I think it is.
Yeah.
But if it changes and you think it's something else, I'll hear you out. The main thing is $2 trillion was missing, and those records were unfortunately kept in the building.
Yeah.
Oh. John Smith found golden plates. Yeah, now, so here's the rub with Mormonism. They play it to you like he's just a simple con man, but he's not. He's a dark occultist along with his family. Just like Rockefeller's dad, whose name was Terrible Tom or some shit like that. And Rockefeller was a piece of shit occultist from an occultist family. And they'd all done, and Nathan Reynolds will tell you how it works with the bloodlines. You might come from a rich family, but you got to start your own kingdom. They don't give you money. They give you a little black book of contacts to call. And what do you exchange for that? You exchange your firstborn. Your firstborn's Molech. Now, Molech might be what the sacrifice is called and not the name of the god. The god might just be Baal. But a person you sacrifice to Baal might be a Molech. I don't know. Maybe the god is Molech.
Yeah.
But they've never stopped doing that. They have never stopped doing that. I'm not telling you this is what's true. I'm telling you what these maniac Scientology is. They think they are the serpent race. There's one that's the sons of Cain. There's ones that's the sons of, what is it? It's so gay. I don't give a shit about their dumb fake shit. I suspect they're not right. Okay? Because imagine like Mormonism if it was 2,000 years old. Because some of these, a liar made it up 1,000 years ago, and people carry that knowledge, but it's still fake at the beginning, right? That there's something with blood, 100%, that's real. And it's eugenics cult at the end of the day. It's all Nazi shit at the end of the day. And they're obsessed with your bloodline. According to Nathan Reynolds, why? Because you've got to be a specific bloodline to let these entities take your body over. Dissociation, people have come from good families that dissociate. They've been bred. Like in Dune. You ever read Dune?
No, I never have, actually. I always wanted to, though.
Frank Herbert, and remember Tolkien didn't like Dune? Frank Herbert, now, I don't know what his deal was, but that guy knew all this shit that I just now learned and put it in Dune.
Interesting.
Writers are going to research this. George R. R. Martin, the bitch that wrote Harry Potter that I blame for her bullying herself, J.K. Rowling, you made gay wizard shit, bitch, and told these little ugly gender blobs that they could turn their peenie into a vagini if they drank a changey-wangey potion. Use research, real occultism, and put it in a kid's book, and now you feel bullied? That's your fault, bitch. Next time, get a man to help you write, bitch.
I'm going to find something that's really interesting. There was this really big controversy in the 80s, like during the whole, satanic panic, about Dungeons and Dragons being super satanic.
Dungeons and Dragons initiative. Now, the reason real occult shit is in stuff is because if you're a writer, you're going to research this to put it in, like in Hereditary with Paimon the demon, and you're going to research it. So you see, it doesn't have to be we're like, we're putting the devil in. It's not like that.
Yeah.
So much of this is connected to your imagination. Whatever captures your imagination, like that South Park, terrorists have captured our imagination in Imagination Land. Remember? That's a huge part of this whole thing, your imagination. Have you seen these people that have aphantasia and can't make pictures in their head? They're all spurgs.
No.
That's a condition. They can't make pictures in their head. You think that's a chance? You think all these autistic people, you ever watch Love on the Spectrum?
No.
It's disturbing. So think about it. These are people who are good with computers, yet they're super childlike. You can program what gender they are into them with the internet or My Little Pony. You can, according to a whim, sissy hypno them into being trans, and they'll go, okay, because they're barely there as a human, but they love all products. You could fuck up Star Wars and they'll still cry with joy when they see the commercial, and it'll go viral, right? And they're really good with computer shit, and they focus on their job, and they hyper compartmentalize, and they don't look at the big picture because I just care about trains, right? It's that shit. You don't think that's a perfect? You don't think they designed that when 1 in 32 boys is now autistic? You don't think that was a plan? I do. Because once Rogan told me that China was doing shit to their population, you don't think America did that first? They did. And that's what all these spurgs are. And that's why they're trolls. And that's why they're programmable to be what you want. And they did that. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's going to be a lot of people you're going to have to forgive for this to go away that you don't want to forgive. Okay? I don't want to forgive none of these people. I want them in a wood chipper. So how am I going to forgive them, dude? That's the other Jesus. That's the other Jesus point. Because I really believe that I will need supernatural help to forgive these fucking scum. Because I don't want to. I want to kill them.
Yeah.
But if you want it to end, you can't kill them. You let God handle it. I mean, that's the bottom line. Because there ain't nobody coming to save you. You got to stop lying, okay? And you're going to have to understand that a lot of perpetrators are victims as well for generations, okay? And if there's no way out for them, we're never going to get out of this. The pyramid is, dude, they use raping children as a safe for secrets because no one wants to read Kathy's book. What a great way to hide your information. And read Bryce Taylor's book. They made these people into human iPhones. You could put message in them. You could jerk off on them, right?
Yeah.
That's what they did. And so it's not. You got to stop thinking like a child of like they're innocent or guilty. Everyone's guilty. Okay, and there's another thing in Christianity. The point of it is, no one's a good Christian and good. You're all bad. We're all bad. They've been poisoning us since we were born, and before. And most people are probably not original humans. I don't know anything about evil Ervil. I don't know nothing about that dude. What's evil Ervil? He does sound rad. Well, please tell me what that is, Rick James.
I just shit. I just Googled it, but I didn't really see much.
Why don't you just call him Ervil? Because it's already why bother?
Evil LeBarn, maybe?
Rick, send us is it like Jim Norton's Uncle Paul? Yo. So Uncle Paul, Jim's character, which makes me laugh every time when he does it. I used to write for Jim for his Vice show. And he's got two characters I love. Chip Chipperson, who's a fucking townie moron, and Uncle Paul, this gross pedo. And we made a thing called Uncle Mingle. It was a commercial for a dating app for Uncle Paul. Prophet of Evil, the Ervil. Oh, so he must have. Oh, we'll put on LeBaron. Gentlemen, let's just see what his deal is in Wikipedia. If he invented a religion too, that means he went to the same wizard school as Joseph Smith, but his class project didn't take off.
Takedown of an infamous leader of a small polygamous Mormon fundamentalist group who ordered assassinations of his opponents.
Yeah. By the way, Elon Smith has a Mormon right-hand man around him at all times. And we had Matt Taibbi on Jimmy's show, who said that, remember Elon fired him? And he was like, I don't know, it was weird. He was like two different people. That's what Matt Taibbi said. It was like two completely different people. And I go, and then I never stopped thinking about that because he probably is. His father's
guy here.
Yeah. He's from
Yeah.
and Idaho. That's a dead giveaway. Idaho, there's some real foul
Young.
Muslims. Yeah. Mitt Romney's
He's
a
the
piece of shit.
CEO of Neuralink.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
So, dude, you already could see it immediately when you look at the few details, right? Once you get the eyes, you can always see it.
Yeah.
It's not so supernatural. It's just normal. See, the when they go, this is a simulation. Rogan always says, I go, yeah, it is a simulation, dude, but it's not a computer. It's not the holodeck on Star Trek. It's a simulation of lies that you believe because you want to be a good guy and a good American and a patriot. All that dumb shit that they trick you with. Remember when they said Trump called veterans chumps, which he did not do, right? But all them people, you think the people in charge getting people that sincerely want to fight for freedom, they're not bad people. They're good people that you got to turn into killers. You think the people in charge don't think of them as chumps? Well, they do, but they don't call them chumps. They call them dogs. You don't have chump tags as a soldier, right? You got dog tags because they train you to be a fucking dog, a loyal dog that gets kicked and never deserts its master. And that's a great honor because the rest of you are cows. You might get promoted to dog if you join the military. Oh, no kidding. So the Mormons fought the feds, and I got good news for you. They joined up with them eventually. And in the movie Inherent Vice, that's a joke. Thomas Pynchon, the author, touches on this a lot. That how deep the Mormons are in Fed shit. Yeah, I didn't know they created it. I'm going to look that up, dude. Interesting. They hang around your neck like a dog tag. That's right. Mark Passio, my friend Mark Passio. Watch his lectures. Former Church of Satan priest. He had a grotto in Philly. Anton LaVey appointed him. He was not high up in the religion at all. He was just a priest. He will tell you all their secrets. Do you know what their number one secret is? The secret of human nature. Do you know what that secret is? And you're not supposed to tell. Yeah. It's not good and it's not bad. You know what it is? Programmability. That's what they say.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that tells you a lot, don't it?
Yeah.
Mark Passio, watch all his shit. Jay Parker, watch his. Jar Sweet. Nathan Reynolds stuff. Now, here's the thing. This is why people have to do mystery schools and shit, because where I'm at now, and I just blurted out to you, you'd be like, that's a little kooky. Nathan Reynolds, dude, I get a new thread every time I watch him. I talk to him when I can. I'm gonna try calling him after this, actually. He's from the Reynolds family of the Reynolds Raps.
No kidding.
That's a bloodline you've heard mentioned in conspiracy books.
Yeah.
Reynolds. He's spilling their shit. He has a Tony Merkel's podcast. Oh, yo, Bub's Cat. I was in Gate and I don't remember none of it, brother. I remember the pink drink, which I think was just fluoride, but the fluoride is poison and it's on purpose and it does calcify the fucking
pineal gland.
No, I don't know if the pineal gland does all that. No, what I think truly calcifies you is and makes you not neuroplastic is not being able is creating a prison, a left brain prison for yourself where you can't accept new information because certain things have to be true in your life or you'll fall apart, such as we're the good guys. My religion is good. My dad wasn't a racist. That's what I'm just throwing in examples of shit. People act like an adult child of an alcoholic, Jimmy calls it, and he's dead right. And once you stick into your thing where I believe this and that's how I feel, and you're not willing to listen to evidence, I think that's when calcification starts. You know? Like the weeping angels from when Doctor Who was kind of good, where you're frozen in a thought and your brain can't make new shapes. Oh, dude, Roy, of course the CIA funded that. Of course. They got Country First, though. It's in Kathy's book. Branson, Missouri. Charlie Pride, the Black country singer, is one of the biggest satanic scumbags that has ever lived. And all that Branson is a sinister fucking place. Yeah. They got country. You know how people, I always bring this up. People go, I don't really like country, but I like old country. You know how many times you heard that? Why do they say that? They all say it. Because it wasn't mind control country. The CIA did country first. The poor whites, you got to get them first. Then in the 90s is when they did gangster rap. And they brought in all the coke, like all the black people that people dismissed said they were right. All the black guys that said the CIA did that, yes, they are correct. And if you think they're lying, remember this, whatever they do to some other motherfucker, a different color than you or another country, they're going to do it to you too, dickhead.
Yeah.
You think they're not going to do it to you too?
All right.
You think you're part of their same race? No, you're not. They don't look at you as the same race. They think that they're the serpent race. It doesn't mean you're a lizard, by the way, the serpent race. It's some Freemason shit. It's so stupid. Oh, let me recommend one more channel to people. Windows on the World. In fact, I would love to talk to that guy on here with you, dude. Mark Windows. This guy's name is Mark Windows.
Okay.
Windows on the World. I sent you his video about ancient Egyptian crowd control. About the pharaohs, how they were bred, and Dune covers this too. The priests inbreed royals like idiots to make them suggestible for hypnosis and dissociate. Then they program them with bullshit like the Dalai Lama. That's how you make Dalai Lamas. You kidnap a child from its mother, you just abuse the shit out of him and download the last guy's personality into the boy. And it's easy because the Dalai Lama's personality is fucking retarded. It's not wise. He says fortune cookie shit. How easy is that? So they traumatize a child who's very young until he says fortune cookie bullshit. Prozac is a Buddhism pill. So
really?
Yeah, a lot of people are going to be mad. Duncan's like, but Buddhism. Nah, Duncan, it's slave program. Why do you think Nazis and the CIA love the Dalai Lama? Because it's slave programming. It doesn't make you not participate in war. Sam Harris does Buddhist meditation. Windows on the World, $23.95.
Is that the one?
I don't know. I don't know if the $23.95, but it's Windows on the World's a channel on YouTube, and a lot of it's only on Odyssey. But he started putting it on YouTube, and that guy is really. Let's see. Well, okay. See, here's the thing, dude. With that, I'm sure that's part of it, but I know a lot of you out there are Irish, and this is a dick thing. Now, I'm not trying to. I don't have those insecurities about a black guy. Like if I was with a girl who was a black guy, I don't. Yes, I have. And that's why I was hesitant about Whitney Webb. I watched Professor Hamamoto too, but I didn't like what he was saying on Sean Atwood about how he's Machiavellian and Trump's doing a secret plan. It's time to stop that bullshit. It's time to it's time to expose everything. Yeah, that's right. Listen, dude. Look, place all the Christianity that you remember, like Hal Lindsey. Remember Hal Lindsey? You ever see him, Andy?
No, I've heard the name, but I can't. What's that?
Dude, I watch the Christian channels too. I watch everybody's channel. Hal Lindsey was but a lot of people, the Schofield Bible, John Darby, dispensationalism, the kind of bullshit Christian Zionism of America for many years, the Schofield Altered Bible, that's a psyop from Britain. Okay, Darby's a piece of shit. In fact, Darby's the founder of the Plymouth Brethren that Crowley came out of. But he's not the founder of it. He was in it. And then he founded dispensationalism. So now I believe Barbara Bush might be Crowley's kid for real because of that connection. So all the scumbag megachurch Christianity, and I want to tell everybody, it's the rednecks are figuring this out faster than you if you're a Yankee cosmopolitan. Because rednecks watch wrestlings. I believe he was, Blake. And I believe he went down there with, I think Mae Brussel said this, by the way, Andy. I think it's Mae Brussel. I could be wrong. But Reagan, when he let all the cuckoos out of the sanitarium at the order of his superiors, they sent Jim Jones down there with Mengele first to test out these techniques. Yeah. Think of it as gain of function. Your whole system is run by gain of function research. They find a virus, they fuck with it to see if they can make. It's called the dialectic in commie talk. They love the dialectic. But that's what gain of function is. The gain of function is the same thing. You just do it to germs. You have two opposing forces, and then you see which one is. You can inch things forward a little bit by having them fight. Like Hegel talked about this. If everybody knows stupid nerd commie shit, that's what they're all doing. It's all. By the way, if you are a commie or a left winger, Freemasons invented that bullshit. The what are they called? The Fabian socialists are the ones, but not the commies. So if you see James Lindsay talk about the left and try to push woke right as a term, and James Lindsay does the same research I do, so he should know better. Okay, so I find him suspicious. Woke right are Zionists. I don't feel safe because you said that they're killing people. I don't feel safe now. That's called the woke right. Woke ended on October 7th. That's when friends of mine like Sarah Silverman realized she's white too and not black just because she's Jewish. And no, there's not a camaraderie. And BLM always said they supported Hamas, you silly goose. Well, okay. It's true that all Western religions, because but what about the Aztecs? That's not recent. And okay, they love the Eastern. Madame Blavatsky brought all that Buddhist horseshit, and Hindus. I don't really think their thing's good neither, brother. I'm sorry to tell you, but you could be a good Hindu. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the teachings are control. Christianity was not called that. It was called the way. And why was it called that? Because it's the way you behave. So I don't give a shit what you believe in your fucking head. That's your business, brother. I care how you act. That's all. So you could tell me you're any of these religions, and if you don't act right, then fuck you. If you act right and you're like, I think that Buddha is Jesus and he has 5 arms and Satan's also him, but you don't do nothing wrong and you're just good person, good. What do I care about what's in your head? It's not my business, right?
Yeah.
I don't want you, just don't play ball. All Western religions, no, it's almost all the religions. And this goes back before Egypt and before Babylon, and probably, and I'm sorry to say this gay word, and I hate to say it, Atlantis. I'm sorry that I said that to you. I hate, and by the way, if anybody talks about Atlantis and loves Atlantis, I want you to know how much I hate Atlantis with all my heart. I hate saying it. I hate every scientist that I watch Joe talk to, these pervert physicists that all went to Epstein Island, Lawrence Krauss being a major one.
Yeah.
I want to ask him, hey, fuckface, I know you're a secular materialist, but all the people that pay for you to exist, right? All the real people in power that are super wealthy, trillionaires, not just punk billionaires, trillionaires. Elon's not the richest man. Did you think he was? Are you stupid? Why would you ever think that? Because Forbes said it? I have to correct people on this all the time because it makes me mad hearing it. Those trillionaires believe they come from Atlantis. Do you understand that? So the people that are way more important than you, nerd scientists who should have their underwear pulled over their head, your boss believes in goofy shit like Atlantis. Do you ever think about that? While you tell me this left brain only nonsense you're telling me? You punk. Joe won't have me on to talk to these guys. I don't know why. Okay, don't think of it in terms of old. Maybe those aliens are from us from the past or the future. That's meaningless. Once you can travel like that, there's no such thing as past or future. There are only points in space-time. I learned this from Michael Aquino. I fell asleep listening to him being interviewed, that weird fuck, and I had a weird nightmares because of it.
I know this channel. It's really good.
Okay, let me check it
out.
out.
Yeah, Interesting Books Reviewed. He does some really good stuff. Jack Parsons, familiar with him?
He probably slept with his mother as well. Jack Parsons, that's a big one because him and L. Ron Hubbard had to touch dicks in the desert and make eye contact to invent rockets or some gay shit. Right?
Yeah.
And that Eggman that had a beautiful egg that he rescued and felt loved by the egg, that's Jack Parsons shit. They were trying to bring that in. They have paintings of his ex-girlfriend holding an egg because she's a red woman.
Really?
Oh, these people are gross, buddy. I heard Elon's probably in some kind of moon cult, and I don't know anything more about it. Anybody else knows? Is that Dakini worship? Is that Sin was a moon god? But what cult would that be? I'm very interested to know these little cults. Nathan Reynolds' dad was from the Brotherhood of the Snake. His mother was from the Jesuits and the Knights. His grandfather, his mother's side, Columbus, Knights of Columbus, and Jesuits. All of them are working together under the thing, but they compete. And they're evil people. That's like a most evil reality show. And they're connected to some dark entities. So Nathan will tell you that dragons are real, right? And he'll put it in biblical terms. Alandra Markman will say the Draco Empire and make it aliens, right? Is everybody putting together these are not separate things yet? They're the same thing and everybody's got their own little words. And if you're going to depend on a framework, you have your head in a vice. You have to just listen to the themes, right? What are the constant themes of all the stories? You can put it together from that, dude, really easily.
Hey, what do you think about the Boring Company?
Oh, I think he wasn't a failure at all. You just don't get to know what they made. Oh, remember Elon was going to make a maglev or whatever, and it failed, and blah, blah, it's impossible scientifically. What a loser. How do you know it failed, dipshits? You don't think the government got what they wanted out of it and then told you it failed? China is making a maglev train right now. Do you know that? For the public.
Really?
Yeah. And flying cars. and they're going to let Chinese people drive flying cars. I mean, I'm not comfortable with that freedom for the Chinese drivers. Are you? China is, because it's more free than America. Oh, I bet that stings to hear. You can smoke wherever you want in China. You know that?
Yeah.
The cops have no guns and they go home at 6. Yeah, so there is no breakthrough that is going to be offered to you until the military gets what they want out of it. And so Kay Griggs said this, Kathy O'Brien said this, regular people say this. The government's tech is 40 to 60 years ahead of your tech.
Yeah.
And if you think about it for 5 seconds, you know that's true.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's actually way ahead now. Now I think they hit the technological singularity. They hit that a while ago. And I think the thing that I heard one guy, now I love to repeat this guy Nicholas that was on my friend Emma's podcast where she talks to MK victims. German guy Nicholas said Lucifer, and by the way, the Satan is not Lucifer. That's not bullshit. Yeah, of course, Dick. Kanye West as well. People blame Kanye. You think that's his fault? It's not. Okay? Britney Spears. She was programmed at Bohemian Grove according to J.R. Sweet, and I believe him. Yeah, it's called programming. That's just when they rape small kids. They call it they call you a bioprogrammed human robotoid. That was Kissinger's word he liked to use. That piece of shit. Yeah, Elon's crashing out. Nobody has any. Remember, Elon had a black eye and he got fired, and people blamed him. I didn't. Oh, Elon's on ketamine. That's why he tweeted that. What? Is that what ketamine does? It makes you rage tweet? I've done ketamine. I couldn't have tweeted anything. Okay, so that's a famous story, and it is, I'm sure it happened, maybe, but there's more to it than that. And L. Ron Hubbard was OTO and his final initiation, and you have to understand the diabolical minds you're dealing with. The first level of deep magic bullshit is lying. So L. Ron Hubbard with his writer buddies probably said that because it's such a memorable thing to say, and I would wager he said it on purpose so they would spread that around. But the real thing was to invent the religion. Dude, this pattern is a repeating pattern. And I think that was his final Harry Potter gay-ass wizard school class project, and it worked quite well because they view that as apotheosis, becoming a god. You'll never forget him now. And now, just so you know, I 100% think Scientology is CIA cutout. Jack Parsons was great. No, he wasn't great. He fucked his mom on camera, I think. And he did dark occult. Nobody's great who went with the OTO. Anybody that followed Crowley or is a fan of him, they are not great. Crowley is a despicable pedophile. Why is he great? Because he stunk up a house in Italy one time with a bunch of heroin addicts? Fuck that guy. Fuck anyone that followed him. That's a lie. No, he wasn't great. I mean, he was good at rockets. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? The damage these assholes have caused.
This is kind of interesting.
Autism is Neanderthal ancestry revealing itself again, and narcissism is from being a rival superior hominid species. I don't know, maybe. It sounds like a lot of stuff I don't understand. Joe Rogan is a Neanderthal, 67%, according to his genetic test.
Yeah.
Because dude, like Joe's like, I don't know, he's like 5'8", and people dispute it, but he looks 5'8" to me. I'm 6'4", so he doesn't come off as short to me when I'm around him. And the reason is he's so wide, like a goddamn Neanderthal. It's like he's a square. I don't know how to describe it. The black eye is a device being fitted. That's interesting. I've heard multiple things about what it is, but that's quite interesting. Maybe.
Yeah.
I've heard, dude, so many stories of what it is where I don't know which one is right. But I'll tell you something, the crazy Donald Marshall story that maybe you think is crazy, I would go back and look at it again.
Yeah. No, it's...
Because I've heard some things confirming it, and you have to understand, people talk about past lives, but there's no such thing as that, dude. But there probably is splitting your consciousness into several people at once in space-time. There probably is that if they have this tech.
Yeah.
De Niro owns, and I bet you De Niro, because he is a hollowed out moron. Okay, De Niro's a fuckwit, so I doubt he owns them. He's probably another puppet. De Niro's a dumb shit, and he's probably controlled. And guess what? Go see Jamie Deluxe's stuff about De Niro, because there's some irregularities that are very Epsteinish around him. Remember how he thought he was going to be put in a prison camp if Trump got in? Remember that? Because if Trump gets in, I'm going to be carried away. Why, Robert? Why would he arrest you? For going on The View and saying retard shit? I don't think so. I had a theory on Jimmy Dore that he did some shit that Trump knew about, and that's why he was saying that. But you had nothing to worry about, didn't you, Bobby? Because Trump is going to let you off the hook, you fucking creep. You fuckwit. Colin Quinn did play his birthday party, by the way, one time.
Yeah.
It's one of the best bombing stories ever told. Colin Quinn.
Colin Quinn?
Dude, Colin Quinn's got some fucking killers, dude. And his bombing story, my old podcast Can't Get Right. Colin Quinn tells a story. I asked him to. It's my favorite. The only better bombing story I've ever heard is Kyle Dunnigan going to Tony Robbins Island on his birthday. And his bombing is so epic, I wanted to write a screenplay of it and call it Epic Set, because the very last thing the guy said to him was like, dude, epic set. Because they're trained to be positive.
Yeah.
They've been NLP programmed. I can't even do Kyle's story justice. It's my only one that I like better than the bombing of Kyle. Let's see.
I thought
The first episode of Cops. Okay, I do not remember that, but I wish I did.
I love watching the really old episodes.
How was
of
he using them?
80s.
Was he trying to open some? Like, was he trying to crack nuts with it? What is he using it for? Was it like a cop using nunchucks? How is there not? Oh, okay. So Aiden, that's very interesting. Well, keep in mind the filthy British love the caste system. You know, in Boston, what they call these New England humps that are high class, they call them Boston Brahmins. Like Barbara Wawa, that stupid accent is her fake Boston Brahmin accent. So, yeah, listen, the filthy, disgusting British always love India. Rich kids always love India. They're ripe to be raped by corrupt yoga teachers. Netflix is full of it. Remember the Guru, what is it called? Wild Wild Country on Netflix about Rajneesh movement with Osho?
I don't know.
People know what I'm talking about. You know what they left out of that? They left all the child rape out of it. Why? Why did they leave that part out? That seems like something they should have left in, don't it?
Yeah.
They left it out. Yeah, well, also, Gargar, are you Indian? I apologize if what I said was offensive. Gargar Big, if what I said was offensive. Boring made a subterranean city. Dude, okay. So I got this from both Dark Journalist and I got it from Nathan Reynolds, who his fanciful tales, you might think, I've checked on a bunch of threads. They all checked out. So
Yeah.
COG, continuity of government. You ever hear that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's where the underground tunnels
Rex,
came from.
1984.
Oh, even way before that. Edward Teller, the father of the hydrogen bomb, was behind it. And he was a sick piece of shit. And so these subterranean cities were made back then. And underneath the Denver airport, you know what's under there? The capital of America if we got nuked. That's what that is. That's what all the Freemason shit is, because that's where the president will go. And Dick Cheney, Kimberly Cheadle, the woman who was the head of the Secret Service when the assassination on Trump, she's the bitch that took Cheney into the underground city on 9/11, where he made the call to shoot down that American plane. She's a cog. And she tried to bring up COG at the hearing with all the Republicans yelling at her, and they cut her off. And this happened with Daniel Inhofe, or what's his name, cutting off, what's his name? What you just mentioned, the Ollie North hearing.
Yeah.
About COG. Oh, that's national security, like Kathy O'Brien's testimony.
Yeah.
So a bunch of old frat boys. You know why do we have frats? Anyone know why? No one can tell me why. It's real weird.
Yeah.
So you and your frat brothers can be a secret society forever? That's weird. Why would you do that? Why is it Greek? Why do you have to do gay shit? Weird. Sounds very Diddy-esque, doesn't it? Yeah. So imagine frat boys that are raging cocaine addicts, and they were getting cool atomizers to do the safest way of the purest coke, liquid coke like Elvis used to get. Okay? It's the holy grail that Bob Evans got in trouble trying to get, pharmaceutical liquid cocaine. They used to give it to Elvis for his throat, and also because he's a MK Ultra victim, and he would take his entourage, they get these cotton swabs and dip it in liquid coke and just stick them in their nose and just sit there ripped.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Jonathan Oddie said that Diddy is transferring liquid cocaine, and so is DJ Khaled in their jets, and so is Young Miami. Liquid cocaine and that pink shit from Colombia. Yeah, he's intel. That's why he's going to walk, because all our drug problems are the CIA. Do you see why I was screaming how I was like a maniac? All the drug problems the CIA did to you, those fucking scum fucks. And
well,
that's
Diddy's
why
dad, Diddy's dad has a connection to
not David Lucas, Frank Lucas.
Frank Lucas, yeah. He was a
Frank
driver,
Lucas,
I think.
his whole story is fucking exaggerated bullshit. The real guy got away. There's a guy named Frank Matthews who escaped with all his money. They don't want to tell you that story. Oh yeah, American Dope. I know the guy's got a stupid accent and he's like weird, but great story that American Dope guy put out about Frank Matthews. I knew that Frank Lucas's story was a lot of bullshit in the movie. I mean, every movie is a bullshit that they tell
all of them. All the Hollywood movies.
But the government, don't ever think you don't live in China or North Korea, my friend, because they're going to censor the stories, and all Hollywood's in on it. All the good directors that you like are in on it. Where you think if the CIA tells them, please make this, they're not going to do it, they will. And they do. And so then you watch a stupid biopic that's fake and have no idea, and you're in the Matrix. You see how it's not from a computer? Well, now we have AI, so maybe, but it's just Hollywood magic.
Yeah.
First episode, Cop. The last one was a tranny they kept making fun of. I think Patton Oswalt made a joke about this, and that's what he was referencing in that one special, actually. But Cops, I mean, you ever go back and watch Cops? There's a bunch of pigs busting potheads for the most part.
Oh, yeah.
Bad boys, I've just smoked some weed that's legal now. If you're a cop and you bust people for weed, a lot of cops won't do it now because it's a waste of their time. But if you're a cop that believes in it, what a dumb pig you are. Pull your head out of your ass. I'm only talking to the cops that know it's bullshit. Good for you. Good for you. But I'm talking about the dumb pigs that I live in Texas where they're passing more anti-THC shit. Although they let you have guns, and so I have some.
Yeah.
Because Austin's a Soros town. They defunded the police. And I got Manson homeless around me. And people have moved out. So they're camping out in people's houses. And so we got cameras, and I'll shoot you in the fucking face. You come in my fucking yard to take my shit. I don't make it. I can. They told me. We called the police, and they're like, "Oh, you could buy a gun." So I did. Like, remember BLM when people came out with their gun? They're like, "Don't fuck my shit up," and everybody attacked them. Well, I'm with them people. Yo, it's a capital offense breaking in my house, motherfucker. Why am I acting like this? Because my judge hat and my sunglasses and my hammer? Look how aggressive I'm being. Oh yeah, but that's Reed, that's in a bunch of stuff. But it's like I get real aggressive with this. I get drunk on my authority.
Oh, that's interesting. I never knew this, actually.
I didn't know that either. Oh, Flesh Simulator channel. That guy will give you a lot of good info. His name's Flesh. I mean, it's not his name, but his channel is called Flesh Simulator. Very
okay.
Yep.
Natalie Holloway, you familiar with that one?
Yeah, but I don't know, but you know, Jorn Vandersloot, I'm sure his dad's a piece of shit and his mom's a piece of shit, and they made him like that. Without knowing anything more, I'll bet you that's true. Yeah. I don't believe this serial killer's acting alone shit or Zodiac acting alone. I believe the Son of Sam thing's a conspiracy 100%.
Oh, yeah.
I don't believe school shooters do that without being programmed to do that, because I read J.R. Sweet's testimony, and Robert Byrd said the Columbine kids are heroes. They programmed them to kill people. Oh, dude, there's who was just telling me about Damien Eccles? Yeah, there's some funny business with that too, man. There's some funny business, and I wanted to get him on my old podcast, but you have to pay him, and he's into like occult shit now in a way that disturbs me. So I don't know the full deal, dude, but it ain't what people think it is, and that's included in the Satanic Panic when hey, stop panicking about Satan. You know how long it lasted? Do you know, Andy, the Satanic Panic officially?
Couple years?
20 years.
20 years. Really?
They're including every time the name Satan was mentioned in anything and you know when it ended? When George W. Bush was elected. America finally stopped panicking. Stop panicking. You sound crazy. 20 years? That's a long panic attack, don't you think? That's longer. That's longer than the Afghanic panic. The Afghanistan war is 20 years. Okay, this is what I think I assume this is the new progressive mayoral candidate in New York that everybody's upset about based on this Star Wars name. Zoltan Krav Maga or something. So I guess I don't know, dude. I think that I failed some tests because my guidance counselor at the time, Miss Paradise, was really mean to me about failing some spatial recognition test, and she said shit to me that they're not supposed to say to you. And I'm telling my girlfriend the story. She goes, Miss Paradise? That sounds like a fake fucking name. And it does. So I think that I don't think I got to go to Mars or nothing cool. But how do I know? Because I can't remember. Oh, well, now there's a believable thing. And that figures in with Robert Byrd. Where'd you get that from, CJ? I'd like to find out where you got that because that would explain a lot. They were programmed. See, if they were raped by cops, that was probably part of programming. To start off making the guy that tried to kill Trump, not just that kid from BlackRock, and Nathan Reynolds told me, this proprietary tech. So corporations are using it. State actors are using it. The president of Slovakia, Jimmy Dore, we covered this. He said he wanted to investigate Pfizer and he wasn't giving money to Ukraine. And I made a joke. Oh, this guy wants to get shot. 2 months later, he's been shot by a 72-year-old man with no history of violence.
Yeah.
And I go, that's what this is. You have the great one with the guy that shot Reagan, the Hinckleys, and the Ford. These guys have been sending these wind-up toy killers at each other for quite some time. And if you go back to the first guy that shot a president that we have, which is Andrew Jackson thought it was a conspiracy from John C. Calhoun, the redneck.
Interesting.
Yes. Yeah. And the guy was a crazy lone nut. And some British guy, I think it was Sargon of Akkad, that guy, I forget his name, but he said something offhandedly I happened to hear randomly. I don't understand why Americans would shoot their president. Why would they need to do that? He's only there 48 years. That's a great point, Sargon of Akkad. Why would they? Why would they? It's not a king. Oh, because if you're Nelson Rockefeller, you have to. If you're a scumbag oligarch from a bloodline, then you want things to be a certain way right now, you have to do that. And how do you do it? And they've known how to make these killers since going back to in the Assassin's Creed game is all about it. The Assassins. Yeah. The old man in the mountain. I do have a very of course. And guess what else? John Benet Ramsey, guess who her dad worked for? Lockheed Martin. And her and her little friends were in a Freemasons for Kids group, which I've never heard of, but don't sound good.
Wow.
This is good info I'm getting from your followers, though, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, by the way, Monarch.
I'm missing stuff, too. There's a lot
Monarch is a thing they admitted exists. I had no idea. 2024. And Seymour Hersh got that info. And it's in the NSA archives. I don't know. I think I already sent you a link. I couldn't believe it because I'm so obsessed with this and I didn't even know. But that's how they get you.
Yeah.
Rockefeller died muff diving on his secretary. Oh, well, we hope.
Yeah.
I mean,
why did a video about that? If he's talking about Nelson Rockefeller when he died.
The Rockefellers are like these perverse Kennedys who are pretty perverse. But imagine a much worse version of the Kennedy boys.
Oh, yeah.
The Rockefeller boys. They're a group of guys that deserve to be eaten by cannibals and never found again, is how I look at the Rockefellers.
Yeah, I still think this is weird how John Wilkes Booth.
Have you watched anything of Nathan Reynolds from Nephilim Bloodline? I called Nathan Reynolds. In fact, I got to call him soon, but I've been meaning to call him. Yeah, I suggest everybody watch Nathan Reynolds. And you know, I'm not saying you have to believe him. I believe him though. But you have to understand, don't get hung up on the labels. If he says, you have to understand, everybody's talking about one thing. So if they say Draco reptilians or they say the dragon, that dude, Gary Wayne lays out the conspiracy even simpler. Okay, so Antarctica, I know there's that earthquake gun there. I know the Nazi thing is where we got NASA itself is Nazis. Kurt Debus, D-E-B-U-S, he had a dueling scar on his face, the first head of NASA. They try to play it down. If you watch Neil deGrasse Tyson and my buddy Chuck Nice is his sidekick. Chuck Nice, I love that guy. He's a morning radio guy, comment. They had this guy from NASA, this piece of shit. I wish I remember his name. I'll get it because I want to trash him. In fact, you know what? Dude, I'm going to send this to you, and I got to pee real quick, and I want you to just play this piece of shit so I can trash him.
Yeah.
Hold on, brother. Let me just get it for you. I'm gonna send because I want to point something out on this. and I'm not going to see Chuck Nice anytime soon. Otherwise, I would tell him this directly. Okay, here we go. Hold on, it's coming. It's coming. Then I'm going to take a leak real quick. I'll be right back. But let me give it to you so you can post this up. I really want people to watch this so I can explain why these. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, I purposely clipped this and sent it to people because it made me so mad to watch it. The guy's name is David Spergel. Their guest name is David Spergel from NASA. And if this guy didn't work with Nazis, then I'm not a real judge. All right, wait, hold on.
All right. Sorry if I've been missing so many good comments. This is the first time I've used this streaming software, but doing my best. Okay. God damn it. I don't know how the fuck to do this. Oh shit. I don't know how to send this off to like transfer it to my computer. What the fuck? Here, I'll just hold my hold my phone up. Oh, I'll go to my YouTube history. That's a good idea.
So, can I ask something? Oh, I mean, for both of you. Yeah. What would be the impetus?
Sorry, guys. Here we go. All right.
I know, whatever. I'm leaving it. Sorry. Somebody said the fine young cannibals are real cannibals. Oh, yeah, dude. I'm in Dallas Friday at Hyenas. Good call, brother. All right. Did you play Dave Spergel? And
Nah, I was. Does this play right now? I'm still figuring this dumbass thing.
There it is.
There's something.
Yeah,
So does it
that's
play
it.
if I?
That's it.
So, can I ask?
Can you hear that?
I heard it, yeah, but I don't see it.
Hmm.
When you click on it, you can't.
Can I ask something? Oh, I mean, for both of you. Yeah.
Well, you just got to move this window, I bet, and we can see it.
Yeah, I think I got it now.
That's true, Round Ice. Good call.
Finally figured it out, I think.
Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if it is true, by the way.
The impetus.
I don't see it.
Not showing.
You see it?
Oh, I mean, for both of you. Yeah. What would be?
Can you hear it?
Impetus
I hear it, but don't see it.
not showing the fact that these aliens exist. Why would the government hide?
Oh, here we go.
Because conspiracy theorists have their own, but why?
I'll turn it around.
Go ahead.
I've worked with government agencies for a long time. Government agencies leak. And if anyone's going to get more funding from the leak, it definitely leaks. So I'm running a lab.
That's the answer right there.
So I am running a lab that had some secret alien stuff. If it leaks and there's lots of information and the alien bodies are shown, I get more funding.
Of course.
So one of the reasons that I don't believe the conspiracy theorists is I trust people to look out for their own economic self-interest. And, the government leaks everything all the time.
My favorite quote is from Ben Franklin, from
Yes.
Poor Richard's Almanac.
Yes.
It said, 3 people can keep a secret if 2 of them are dead.
Okay, pause that right there. And then they act like this is such an amazing saying. No, 3 can keep a secret if one of them blackmailed the other 2 doing unspeakable things to children through a hidden camera. You fat fuck.
Right. That's it. That was the whole video.
Yeah, I was sending that to Jesse Michaels. So first of all, I want to point out that Spurgle creep. Okay.
So was he the guy with the glasses, or white guy, or the other black guy?
No, he's that white guy, that gross
White
white
guy,
guy
okay, yeah.
who's disguised as Mr. Potato Head. I don't trust you. You're wearing a Mr. Potato Head disguise. You work at NASA. So did you hear his fucking stupid shit that he said? Oh, I would get more funding. And Chuck Nice goes, well, why would they hide it? Chuck, why would they tell you if they had alien shit? Do you think they would tell you? Neil deGrasse Tyson is compromised.
Right.
Okay. He works for the thing. Don't ever think he doesn't. So fucking then he goes, 3 can keep a secret if 2 are dead. Yo, Ben Franklin had dead kid bodies under his house. The guy who said that. So fuck you. Number 1. Did you kill, or the other 2 kids you killed and buried under your house? 2, what we have MK Ultra mind control developed at NASA, in the basement at NASA, by Nazis, who I bet this Spurgle creep work with, because he looks like a pedo immediately. Doesn't he?
Right, he does. He's got the look.
Put his fucking gross face back on. And he's the guy who's the head of getting to the bottom of this alien shit. And he's engaging so dishonestly, I have no choice but to assume he's part of the cabal. By the way, we get the word cabal from Kabbalah, so you know. From Kabbalah.
Oh, yeah? Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's why it's called the cabal, because it's Talmudic Kabbalists, which is a kind of Jew, a Frankist, Sabadian, devil kind, not in the Bible kind that you might have read about. Or wait, now I don't see him again.
All right, what do we got?
You know what? That's an excellent point. That GB something Kyle FE just made. There is just so you know, I can't remember the name of it. I could look it up, but there is fetal abortion tissue in all the food, even the kosher and halal food.
Huh.
Yeah, all of it. Why? I found this out from the chick on Tony Merkel's show that has, I don't know if she got an accent, her face all fucked up. Her name is Vicky something. She has very interesting facts. She must have been in some accent, but she said, I think she's right. Why? Because it activates stem cells for taste, almost like an MSG effect. I thought it was some dark sacrament, but it is, but it's that. I bet you anything.
Wow.
Oh, here, buddy. Let me text. Do you still have the link I sent you, Andy? I'll resend it to you.
Yeah. Yo, you can probably just post it in the chat, right?
Yeah.
Or you just want to send it to me?
Hold on, I'm getting it for you. Hold on one sec. Oh, where is it? Hold on. Hold on. What are you looking up now?
I'm trying to find this actually.
God damn it. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay. CIA behavior control experiments, focus of new scholarly collection. And you can go through the documents, and the name Monarch is in it. And it's from 2024. Seymour Hersh is the one that got the info out. If you go on Jimmy Dore's show, we talked to Dr. Juliet something who was in it. And as I said, Kathy O'Brien testified for Congress, and they classified it. So don't wait for disclosure, by the way. What do you need the government to say it's true? The same way they all get it. Hey, here's a better question, Joe. What is Taylor Swift amnesia? Remember that? Anybody?
Taylor Swift amnesia?
Yeah. Okay, I texted you, by the way, the link, which you could put in your thing.
Okay.
Andy. But, okay, because I got to go eat soon because I'm starving. But
yeah. Well, right.
go put up Taylor Swift's amnesia. Let the AI tell you what it is, and you tell me.
Just do a search for it?
Taylor Swift amnesia, put it in Google and watch what pops up.
All right.
I'm so hungry, man.
Yeah.
You can't just drink White Claws during a stream and not have eaten. That doesn't work. It makes you angry. It makes you lash out.
Okay, so
yeah, just make it visible so we can see what the AI tells us.
Taylor Swift amnesia.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. Wait, put it up here because it's not up.
Oh shit! Sorry.
The judge says.
Concert amnesia? Is that what you're talking about?
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at that. The best cure is to see the same concert back to back. Look at what it says.
What's that?
Errors to her memory loss? Yep, concert amnesia. I also experience. I've learned the best cure is to see the same concert back to back.
Yeah, she had a.
So just here's what it is. People went to go see Taylor Swift. Yeah, foolish no more. Who, in all your history of things you heard at concerts, somebody biting the head off a bat or whatever goofy shit, have you ever heard of paying $2,000 and not remembering the concert? Since the 60s, if you took the brown acid, you ever hear that? I haven't. Right? They still remember Woodstock, which was a government tie-up, by the way. Yeah, why are they getting amnesia? Well, they're flashing bright, crazy lights, and she's part of the thing. But don't focus on her because Travis Kelce's part of the thing. And all your favorites are part of it, except for the ones who kill themselves. How do they die? Hanging themselves or drowning in a tub. Why am I like Bill Maher now? Because they drowned in a tub. Okay. That's exactly right, Genetic Jabber. You just fucking nailed it.
Post-concert amnesia. Yeah, wow. That's crazy. Yeah,
so it's been going on for some time. Read Kathy's book. It's called The Transformation of America. And she's not a prophet. She's not the Simpsons predicting the future. They didn't predict the future. They know the people in power. The people in power have openly said they're doing this, right?
Yeah.
Remember the pain thing I texted you from the lady who was talking about mind reading? Hey, has anybody had this experience? Your phone seemed to have read your fucking mind and popped up a thing you were thinking about. Anybody? Is she for real though, Richard? Because keep in mind, dude, you ever been to Australia? They've only got 4 types of heads in the whole continent.
4 types of heads?
Yeah, they got that guy who was the gyrocopter pilot from Mad Max shaped head. Okay, they got your handsome ones. They got some other koala bear face fucking Australian. They got like 4 shapes. And the Irish heads only turn out 2 ways. We all know it's true. Old baby and spooky witch. Does that mean they're all clones? I guess in a way it's called inbreeding. So just it might be inbreeding. Just keep that in mind. Maybe she is the daughter of Xena and Anton. Anton spread a lot of crazy sperm around making moon children. I know that. You know what a moon child is?
I know that I've heard the term. It's like
Jack Parsons, who's not awesome, was trying to make one. He's awesome. Shut up, dirty wizard that said that. Jack Parsons, a moon child is a homunculus. Do you know what a homunculus is? It's not a little man in a jar of piss like you might have thought from the illustrations. They take a woman, and Nathan Reynolds talks about this, and a lot of people have, and they go to a remote spot like Red Rocks. When the woman gives birth, they impregnate her there, and they give birth. They surround her with stuff of the spirit they want to inhabit the child. So while she's pregnant, now think of Scientology claiming engrams when your mom's pregnant possess you. Oh, that's funny as hell, Nolan. Yeah. And by the way, does anybody believe Nicholas Schreck's story about how his ear got cut off? That he was spreading anti-black propaganda flyers, and then a black guy just cut his ear off and he didn't feel it as he was trying to get away? I think that's bullshit. I think he got punished or he did something. It's like Yakuza gets their finger chopped. I think something like that. But maybe one of you knows. This is good info. I didn't know. Yeah, the temple of, by the way, the temple of Set is the one where Kino formed. Nicholas Schreck talks bad on Aquino. Hey, Charles Manson, MK subject. Guess who visited him for the last 20 years until he died? Why, Nicholas Schreck? Why do you think he was visiting Manson? My guess is to maintain his programming. That's my guess. Rosemary's Baby is a homunculus. Good call, David. And this is my other cuckoo theory. Please don't take this as fact, but I just have the suspicion about this, okay?
All right.
Because Christians aren't going to like this either, what I'm going to say. But I think Jesus was meant to be a homunculus, and I think it backfired on. They were trying to make a move because Mary was from a rich family. Who's probably in one of these messianic cults. Now, I could be wrong, okay, but I get a suspicion, and as a guy that writes stories, I love this idea, but it doesn't make it true. But I just get this in my head. Oh, that's really interesting.
Huh.
Oh my God. I don't feel comfortable saying the word rigor, and I think you know why. But, okay, so wait, what was I just talking about? That's really interesting, John. What did I just say before I saw that and got distracted? I'm sorry. Amnesia from. Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
So they make these moon children all the time, and that's what Monarch's about. These are children that are possessed and abused and raped and horrible, horrible things. And Nathan Reynolds pointed this out. The split personality stuff. See, an exorcism, you can exorcise a demon, but you know what an exorcism won't work on? A multiple personality. You see what they do? I used to say it's all the same. No, it's not. And Nathan pointed that out. So I love the idea. You know how people make a deal with the devil and it backfires on them, right? Classic story.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll bet you. Now, I can't fully substantiate this all, but I'll bet you because the people that put the Bible together, they're these same fuckers. And why would they think they can win? Well, they're like, we're the ones who assembled the Bible and we're going to win. You're our cattle. Yeah, maybe that's true, motherfucker. Let's say the worst case scenario, and that's true. Okay, but I think they made a big mistake and tried to make a moon child, and Jesus came out, and somehow it backfired. Their thing backfired on them like a deal with the devil. Instead, it was a deal with God. You see what I'm saying? Like they tried to make this thing, and by mistake, they pulled actual God in through Mary, and that fucked them hard. And now they're legally obligated to recognize your coupon. Anybody have a mom that would argue coupons? But it says here. That's how I view. Look, if you don't believe in any of the religion, that's how I look at it. Is you assholes think you run everything, and whatever happened with Jesus, whatever the true story is, I don't care. I know it backfired in your dumb gay magic face, and you don't like it, and you want me to find Buddha now. Well, fuck you, motherfucker. I want my call to Jesus. I don't even know if it's true, but I know I get my rights. No, come on. No, I did not hear that, but I am moderately amused by it, so that's a good. No, but it sounds, dude. 24 is some Israeli show to program Israelis.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Look, why Al Qaeda? I mean, now I don't appreciate how anti-Semitic they are. I'm gonna be honest with you, or ISIS. A lot of their rhetoric, I don't feel comfortable. But credit where credit is due. They never attack Israel, do they? That's weird. Israel's right there. Why would they attack America when Israel? They said they attacked America because they're mad about Israel.
Yeah.
Why would they do that? It didn't help that. Well, I guess it did help them because we installed them in charge of Syria, Al Qaeda. Anybody a veteran out there who lost a leg guarding a poppy field for a pederast warlord in the war on terror? Well, the people that did that to you, we're friends with them now. And they run Syria. The leader of Al Qaeda of the world is the president of Syria. Trump called him really tough and macho. He shook hands with Macron. Remember Assad was such a bad guy and he attacked his people. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. They framed him. That's bullshit. I was trying to explain this to Rich Voss, and Rich is a good friend of mine. Imagine trying to explain this to Rich Voss. Anybody that knows who Voss is. Let's just say Israel's not going to call him to do Hasbara. You know, Michael Rappaport says low IQ as they'll go. Assad was set up. That's correct. All bullshit. So, yeah. So now when I say homunculus Jesus, that's offensive, I'm sure, to somebody who's Christian, but don't be. Don't you see the beauty of this? These assholes thought they were in charge, and they, just like a person who makes a deal with the devil, they got screwed.
Yeah. Well, what do you say? Should we wrap it up here, Kurt? Or
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
all right. This was a lot of fun.
Thanks, man.
This
Thanks
was so much fun.
Yeah, do it again, brother.
Yeah, let's do it again. I know I missed a lot of really good comments, but there was some.
I'm going to go through them later. Oh, yeah, Timber Sycamore. That's correct. Exactly.
Yeah, well, thanks, man. This was yeah, we'll definitely have to do this.
Dude, Star Child, when I saw that Star Child thing, it blew my fucking mind. I have to tell you.
Oh, yeah. It's legendary internet thread.
Yeah, we're the way you reckon time, if you think about it, is nonsense, and it's such a record. Like the wheel of Samsara, I don't think it's the gods. I think it's people spinning in a hamster wheel with the same bullshit over and over.
Yeah,
while you're alive.
Yeah. Well, thanks again, man. We'll have to do this again real soon.
All right, brother. I'll have you on mine too. I'm starting up the Derp with Curb very soon.
Okay, yeah. A couple people were asking about it, so.
I filmed 8 episodes back in LA and got in a dispute with the little young lizard boy that was the producer. But we're going to start it up back a lot better. All right. Bye, guys. Thank you very much.
All right. Later, Kurt.
Take care.